Hello everyone. We're live with our eighth demo day for this year. I guess the first from many that are still to come, at least another couple to come this year. The year is far from ending. Thank you all for registering. Thank you all for coming today. We're going to have a session of great pitches, of great presentations, great judges to come here to give their feedback, to give their impressions on the projects. And just to explain why we're here, if it's the first time that you're coming to the channel, the first time that you are watching this presentation, you might be wondering what is Artizen, what is Venture Miner, what is AI Collective, why are those people pitching? So please go to our calendar, get to know our great vibe demo days that are a window of showcase for all of the great builders in our community. You can come here for our calendar on Venture Miner. Let me share my screen on luma.com/ventureminer. You're going to find all of our events, virtual events, in-person events in the United States, some in Brazil, some in Europe, sometimes some online events, eventually pitch days, hackathons, interviews, all of the good content. You can find our YouTube channel here as well to see all of our past content, the sessions, the interviews, the demos that happened in the channel. And all of these builders are here because we are in a very important time of history, renaissance of science, art, and technology with the power of AI and vibe coding. So this is the Venture Minded Fund for vibe coders, where we want to support you, a founder, you, a student, you, a professional, maybe even a venture capitalist that want to understand what is going on. Venture Minded Fund for Vibe Coders is your place for you to see the best scoop, the most promising projects out there that started from nothing, from not even knowing how to code. And they are here getting votes from the community, getting fundraising, getting donations and sales from artifacts, from NFT artifacts here in the platform. And some of them have made more than $100,000 in sales, direct sales. That's impressive, the power of vibe coding. And because of that, they earn match funding. We have almost $50,000. That's increasing fastly as we approach the end of season five. And if you want to participate, we still have applications open for the season six. We have about 51 curated projects here for season six, competing for votes. The top five are going to be eligible for match funding. So submit your project, get people to vote in your project, participate in our sessions, get feedback from the judges, get insights from the sessions, and build something. You might be one of those five here that are ready to conquer your place in the Venture Miner Fund for Vibe Coders. So without further ado, we're going to start today's session with the presentation of our great judges. Pedro has the full list there, and we are going to divide this session in three slots. The smallest slots, last one, we went through 4 hours. Oh my God, that was super exciting, but also very long. So this time we're doing it shorter. We're going to have three presentations per slot, the five up to five, 3, 4, 5 judges per slot to get the best of this show. And the whole presentation should go through 3 hours, give or take, maybe even less, depending on the demos that we have. So Pedro, do you have the judges ready for announcing the first project to pitch today or tonight, depending where you are in the world?
Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening for the ones that are seeing us in the evening. This is my like 60 or 60, no, my sixth or seventh event here with Artisan and the collective, AI collective. So very happy to have you here as well, Mateus. I know this end of the year is busy for a lot of people, so we're happy to have big people, big fishes here with us. We have a full panel today. The three pitchers will be here. We're going to introduce the judges first. A lot of very qualified, insightful people here with us. So I'm moving them up to the main stage now so they can present themselves. And then we go to the pitch and Q&A and the cycle goes on. So I'll move everyone that is going to be judging into the first panel. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello.
Hi, Pedro.
Hi.
Hi, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Thank you for coming. I'm so happy to have all of you here. I'm going to ask for you guys to introduce yourself, say something about yourself, say what's your expectation for the event, and then we go to move. Deepika, you can go first, and then Naven will be last, okay?
Hey, yeah, thank you, Pedro. So, hey, this is Deepika. I have been working, I have like 15 years of experience in IT. I'm currently working as a senior software engineer in Equifax, mostly in the data engineering part of it, where we are actually right now incorporating a lot of AI ML in automating the existing stuff which we have, mostly about the data load and all the things in Equifax for many geographies. So, yeah, that's my background. And
Thank
happy
you.
to review the current event. Yeah.
Thank you for coming here again. I know it's your second time here with us, so Deepika, thank you for trusting us into this project. It's very thoughtful to have you here, so thank you again. And Subrat, you can go next, please.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Subrat. I've been in the industry for like more than 10 years now, from companies like Amazon and Google. Currently, I'm a founding engineer at Share. We are a crypto socials company. We just launched like a month ago. So I've been in kind of like product building roles, IC roles, and different roles throughout my career. I'm really excited here to be here to kind of like look at the projects and like learn from everyone. Yeah, that's about me.
Thank you, Subrat. Thank you for coming. I know it's the first time here with us, so I
Yeah.
hope we attend to your expectations. We have good projects here today, so yeah, it is going to be good. Nevin, you can go now, please.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is Naveen. I work for a major financial industry. I'm the data technology manager. My team manages primarily data reporting analytics for about like 1,000 downstream applications. So I deal with multiple technologies, right from reporting, dealing the data, whether it might be structured or unstructured. So I manage like petabytes of data warehouse in my current role. So looking forward to this event. This is my first time here. Thank you for accepting me as a judge here. Thank you, Pedro.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. We happy to have you here with us. Abil, you can go next.
Hi everyone. I'm a design engineer. I was previously a founding engineer at a fintech company called Monk, where we used to chase payment and collect money for companies like Profound and 11 Labs. And currently, I'm working on building coding agents that build better front end interfaces without having to know much knowledge about front end technologies. And I'm looking forward to all the interesting projects.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Abil. Very happy to have you here. And last but not least, Ram,
Hi
please.
everyone. This is Ram, and I have been working in IT for 13 years as a Java developer and also technical lead. So my current project is in healthcare, and I worked in system integration, providing the cloud solutions and different Java full stack technologies and all. So I'm looking forward for the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm going to move you down into the backstage area, okay? And then I will rescue our pictures for the day. So we'll see you in a bit. Thank you for coming.
Thank you all for coming.
Oh,
Amazing to have you all here.
yeah. Thank you, everyone. So Deepika, Naven, Subrat, Ram, and Abil. And first of the day, we're going to have Sergo. Hello.
Oh,
Hi
hello,
guys.
sir.
Hi
Nice to
Mateus, how are
see
you
you
doing?
here.
Good to see you, my
Welcome.
friend. Good to see you.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Sergo. So I know that you have a very good project, a very good idea. I'm very aware of it. So please present yourself, present the idea, your pitch. You have 10 to 12 minutes, more or
Yep.
less. and then we'll go to Q&A, okay?
Cool. Shall I
Cool.
start sharing my
So-
screen?
Yeah, as soon as you share it, move to the main stage. I'll be on background, but if you need anything, you can call me, okay?
Yep. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yep, we can.
Cool. Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Sergo Vashakmadze. I'm the founder and CEO of IO Markets, an AI-powered Web3 capital markets venture. For a core team and myself, this is the second venture we're involved in. We've been doing more or less the same, but without AI and blockchain for over 10 and a half years now. So we're quite familiar with all the issues associated with private market transactions. So we have decided to combine the latest innovation in artificial intelligence and blockchain to address some of those issues. Speaking of problems, the biggest problem in private markets is an information asymmetry. For most of the private market deals, you will not find investment banking analysts or credit rating agents reports. Private markets are notoriously opaque, inefficient, lack liquidity, are not inclusive enough, and have high transaction costs. On one hand, we have investors who have large pools of capital, but often struggle to source quality deals that meets exactly their criteria. On the other hand, we have companies that are hungry for capital, but also struggle to access timely and relevant sources of capital. So, our solution is an AI-powered Web3 investment platform combining the elements of AI, ML, big data, platform business model, multi-sided network effects, embedded payments, IoT and connectivity, electronic trading, and last but not least, blockchain that allows for asset fractionalization and tokenization. Speaking of which, the potential just for tokenization is absolutely massive. According to different estimates, I'm talking about Citi and McKinsey, it will reach $30 trillion by 2034, currently representing 0.01% of the penetration with a massive upside potential. In addition to that, just AI in financial services, according to McKinsey, is going to be reached between $600 and $700 billion. Here are some of the competitors of ours from Europe or United States, but what differentiates us is IO Market is a truly AI-first company with resulting consequences for the cost, etc., etc. I started with this idea back in 2021 with registering trademarks. I'm still in the process, but I have already registered in half of the world, if not more of it. Then in 2022, I set up 2 entities in Germany and UK because of the Brexit. Then we took part in a number of accelerators in Silicon Valley, South Korea, UK. Then I took part in a number of hackathons and did some development work. And most recently, we've been invited and, in case of Bahrain, even accepted into a regulatory sandbox in Bahrain with a central bank. And because of that, I had to set up 2 entities, one in Bahrain and one in US. And at the bottom right, you see some of the inbound requests we have received to tokenize various assets in different parts of the world. We plan and launch to scale globally in 2026. By partnering from the very beginning with large global players, we plan to quickly get critical mass and then benefit from virality and multi-sided network effects. Our go-to-market strategy consists of 4 key elements: strategic partnerships, network effects, alliance model, and direct sales. We'll be starting as a B2B platform, generating revenues primarily on a success basis by charging between 1% and 5% sell-side commission per transaction, depending on the asset class. Our team has a depth and breadth of experience covering multiple jurisdictions or even continents. Camila is from Brazil, Johannes is from Germany, Paul is Swiss-German, grew up in the UK, and I'm originally from Georgia, and I lived and worked in US, UK, and Germany. Our experience covers multiple jurisdictions and sectors and verticals, ranging from financial services, capital markets, real estate, Web3, AI, family offices, software development, software sales, fintech, banking, investor relations, FX, and so on and so forth. We're looking for long-term strategic partners who share our vision that artificial intelligence and blockchain are fundamentally transforming financial services and are keen to join us on the transformation journey. We're looking for early adopters that are open for JVs, pilots, or POCs from the following industries: technology, consulting companies, financial services, or any others. In terms of the ask, we're looking between $5 and $8 million to launch the platform in a number of countries simultaneously. Happy to answer any questions now, or we can move to the demo.
Yeah, we still have a little time. You can move to the demo, Sergo.
Okay, cool. So whatever you see here, in one of the slides I mentioned that we're an AI first company. And let me tell you, whatever you see here has been developed by one person, by me, and I learned everything less than a year ago from Mateus, okay? So whatever you see here, front end, back end, blockchain, everything, I learned all alone. I've developed all alone and with the help of Mateus. So on the home page, you see here, I mean, the brief description of what is the platform all about, who is it for, issuers, investors, obviously admin, and how to get started. It shows basic functionality without even logging in. So you can create tokens, you can mint tokens, send payments, you can do contract interactions. That's even without logging in, as I said. And as I said, we have right now 80 billion worth of deal flow, 50 billion of which is our own deal flow, generated with zero marketing spend, and about 30 billion is coming from a potential US partner, big player in US. Okay, we are a multi-jurisdiction from the very beginning. As I said, I already set up 4 entities in the UK, US, Bahrain, and Germany. I'll move quickly to about in the technology and go to the juiciest part, which is a marketplace later. So again, here on this page, we describe what is our mission, vision, and the values. There's the similar, problem and solution, which were mentioned during my presentation. The team, the experience, and again, we are reactive. Okay. And the technology side, it mentions the core areas of the technology, which blockchain we're using, how are we using AI, and so on and so forth. And now we go to the marketplace. Okay. On the marketplace, I've designed it that way that when you even without login, you see what are the trending deals. Okay. Here are certain deals from different jurisdictions, different sectors, and then what is new, which are the new deals, and if there is anything ending soon. But here, when you come down, you see they're broken by vertical. So in total, at the moment, there are 224 deals, out of which about 100 are from venture capital. Then we have some venture debt deals, private equity, private debt, real estate, funds, natural resources, energy and infrastructure, okay? And then to get a bit more about those deals, we need to log in, and that's what I'm going to do now. And there are 2 ways to log in, and I'll demonstrate 3 ways actually, but the third one is for admin. I'll try to demonstrate 2 of them. I'll log in as an issuer first. Give me a second. I need to scan my wallet. Okay. So, but as I said, if you're for the first time, you would enter your information. But as I said, I have already been here, so I will log in into my dashboard, and you will see here a few deals which I have uploaded. Okay, and you can click on each and every deal here, and you see this is at the moment just a mock-up, but the deal details are actually correct. But in due course, once we have a regulatory umbrella, we will upload the pitch text, the financials, etc., etc. Okay. So this is for the issuer, but now
can you close up in 2 minutes?
Yes, I'll
okay.
do it in a second. So let's do this now. Same for the investor. Okay, let me log in with a different wallet. Okay, so now as an investor, if I click on the, there's currently no portfolio because, but if I were to, let's say, choose, let's say, to invest in a deal, I can invest in, any amount. Let's say, for the sake of it, we want to invest one. Give me a second. You need to log in. I'm logged in as an investor. Give me a second, guys. So anyway, you would see here the deal flow. If I log in properly as an investor, then you would see that your portfolio and distribution by sector, vertical, geography, etc., etc. Okay, and basically after, as an investor, or as when I register as an investor, I register my criteria, and when there's a new deal, it will automatically match with me. And if I'm an issuer and I obviously register my deal, let's say if it's an early stage VC deal, B2B SaaS Europe, it will automatically match me with an investor who invests in B2B SaaS European deals. Thank you. Happy to answer any questions you have, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Sergo. Thank you again for coming. It's a very good project. I like it very much. I'm very eager to see what the judges will say about it. So I'll move them to the main stage area and then move to you need to be highlighted. So Abil, Ram, and Deepika as well. So we have like time for one question per judge. You can go first, Nathan, and Deepika will be last, okay? Thank you, guys.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, can you cover a little bit on the regulatory aspect of it? Like how does your product covers the regulatory changes that are happening? Like how does by jurisdiction, how are you ensuring that this regulatory measures are taken?
Yes, so as I said, this is when you combine both AI and blockchain, it's a relatively new area, and we have been already accepted into regulatory sandbox in Bahrain because it's cheaper. In the UK, we have been invited to the regulatory sandbox by the FCA, but the cost is between 400,000 and 500,000. Okay, so that's why we have not applied yet. But in Bahrain, this is something I can afford, and it's tens of thousands, and I'm covering it, and that's why I'm starting in Bahrain. In US, I don't believe there is a regulatory sandbox, so most probably we'll have to go via a full, license. And in Europe, there is a MICA pilot regime, but again, the cost at the moment is prohibitive. That's why we're starting in Bahrain. But we will be complying with the local regulations, whatever we are or we're planning to be.
So when you say sandbox, like by each country, you have to set up something different. Like how is it customizable? Like if your product needs to be adapted by different countries.
The customization is not a big deal, to be honest, because I mean it's the regulation more or less in general it's more or less the same. So it's not that difficult, especially when we do not deal with let me clarify. We don't deal with retail clients, which means that when you do it on a B2B basis, a regulatory burden is lighter. Okay. So you're dealing with sophisticated investors which know what they're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Pedro, you want me to ask one more question, or I think I have like one question?
Yeah, Subra, you can go next. Actually, I'm moving. When you are into the top of the line, you're the next.
I had the same question, but I think you have already kind of like answered like around compliance and like I think it was not clear to me that this is not for retail investors and this is only for like big investors.
Correct.
So that makes sense. I think like the burden of how do you deal with like compliance across those different geographies.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm curious about, like you mentioned you launched like 2021, you started this is 2026. And from the demo, it seems like a lot of the things are still in kind of like.
2021, as I said, there was no legal entity. I simply started by registering a trademark, okay? And then I started setting up entities. And US entity was literally set up, I believe, in September for a very simple reason. We wanted to get access to a certain software and the vendor is from US, and they simply do not provide it. They're very strict. They don't provide the software to anyone. I just set up US entity, and even once you set up the US entity, they're very strict in which countries you can use the software and how.
Okay. Got it. I'm good.
Thank you, Subrat. So Ram, you can go next.
Yeah. So Sergo, I have a few technology side questions. So that's a great presentation. And my basic question is, like, how do you store the private keys and digital assets of the users? And also, what are the security standards do you comply with? And how are you managing the scalability of the application? And all?
Very good. It's a very good question. Thank you very much. Two things. So we do not say personally anything on the platform. Okay. So if we're using MetaMask, Coinbase, etc., so this data is saved with them. However, we will be providing state-of-the-art institutional grade cybersecurity software. Will be running on our platform. Okay, on our side. But anything sensitive like the keys, etc., they won't be saved with us on the platform. It will be with the third-party already battle-tested vendors like, as I said, Coinbase, Exodus, MetaMask, etc., etc.
And what is the blockchain that you're using?
At the moment, Algorand, but I'm planning to add more blockchain protocols.
Okay, thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Abil. You can go next, please.
Hi, Sergo. I had a good presentation, and you mentioned that you're using AI and you're building products in terms of like AI native, and your competitors are not. But I didn't quite understand what you're using AI for, and like what's stopping your competitors from adopting AI, and just like, because they already have established companies, right? They already have customers. So what's stopping your customers from adopting AI? And let's say they already have the market, so they would just make you irrelevant. So how do you approach this?
Okay, cool. So first of all, I mentioned three competitors. One of them being the US deal maker, who recently raised 20 million. I don't know the exact valuation, but it's high triple digits. Okay, so they're not using. You can go on their website. They're not using not only any AI. They don't even using any blockchain. Okay, they're using a pretty standard, I would say, even outdated tech stack, which comes with a cost. Okay, when I say we're AI first of all, everything has been developed at a fraction of cost. And how we're using AI, we're using it for a number of reasons. But I mean, one of the biggest advantages, we're using it for intelligent matching, because the biggest problem in private markets is information asymmetry between buy and sell side. So we're bridging this gap with the data that we collect with the AI and process with the AI, and to identify what is the right deal for this particular investor based on his or her criteria.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Deepika, you can wrap it up please.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Sergio, for that presentation. So what I wanted to touch base with you was, what exactly are the third-party platforms which your application is integrating, and how are you able to manage that integration in multiple geographies?
At the moment, we're integrating, as I said, wallet providers like Algorand, MetaMask, Coinbase, Exodus, and third parties also. Obviously, we're using Algorand blockchain. And to be honest, there is not any much difficulty with integrating them, and there is not that much. We have not faced any issues. As I said, we're in the regulatory sandbox in Bahrain. We have shared with the central bank already this information, and they have not found any issues per se. As I said, they have already looked at our tech stack and the product in a greater detail. We've been going on for almost a year, just to give you an idea.
Understood. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's the final question of the day. Sergo, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for the pen of the judges. We're going to move for the next speech, which will be Robbie. Sergo, thank you again for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Don't forget to share the YouTube link with your friends and family and anything else so they can see that your amazing project with here with us, okay?
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, judges, I'll be moving you guys again into the backstage area. So I will see you all in a bit. And for now, I'm going to give the main stage for Robioso. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How are y'all doing today?
How's it going? I'm fine. Thank you for asking, Robbie. Thank you for coming again. Again, I'm aware of your pitch. I'm aware of your product. I'm very happy to have you here again for a new panel of judges, for new questions, new insights. You can present yourself in a little, and you have 10 to 12 minutes for the pitch of your product and your ideas, and then we'll be going to the Q&A, okay?
Perfect.
Thank you,
Sounds
Robbie.
good.
You'll be, yeah, I'm thinking already. So you're already presenting, okay?
Okay, great. Okay, let me just shift some things around here.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. Cool. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, the stage is yours. Thank you.
All right, awesome. I apologize ahead of time for the raspy voice right now. I'm out here for Miami Art Week, and we have a couple different festivals that are using our application, so we've been running around quite a bit. So if I'm squeaking like I'm in middle school, that's the reason. So my name is Rob McCarty. I'm one of the co-founders of Illust. Illust is a spatial protocol for the GeoWeb. We have been building this for about 5 years now, actually. We launched in 2020, and we've been able to really seen a lot of different movements in the space. I'll go into our backgrounds in a second, but basically the world outside is just one giant canvas. And the physical world is really the next creative platform. So as we kind of look at, everyone has a or most everyone has a smartphone. And smartphones are capable of being able to ingest information and then also be able to publish information contextually. And so what we're doing is we're enabling that through our spatial protocol that's built using decentralized technologies, where we want to be able to create basically a publishing stack for the real world. So Gen Z and Gen Alpha, for that matter, they spend more time on Roblox than they do on, Roblox and Minecraft than they do on TikTok. And the palette of young people is very much refined for world creation and for 3D. And so we can kind of see that permeating into mainstream culture, with fashion brands really taking on, like they really moved their storytelling into the metaverse. Metaverse fashion is actually respected in amongst the major fashion houses, and this is just a little taste of what's to come. Young people actually don't have something that I learned recently is that the term physical bias. They're not biased for things that are physical in nature versus digital in nature. So the value between both of them, they're synonymous. So when we look at how they're engaging with the world and with these types of assets and how their palette has been refined for 3D, AR is completely ripe. And we've seen little kernels of truth that have popped up, the Pokemon Go's that have emerged. But what's actually kind of underneath the surface here is that this is a very vibrant community. There's actually millions of augmented reality creators. To put that in perspective, Blender has about 30 million creators that use Blender, and that's a 3D software tool. And all of those creators are looking for ways to be able to get their art out into the world. And so one of the ways that they can do that is they can use AR to be able to show and share these stories and give new life to them. So these ecosystems were initially fostered by through Meta and through Snap, and then now TikTok, more or less. And that's actually where my business partner and I come from. So I used to work with Meta, help them launch Spark AR back in 2019. We took on a lot of great experiences and got to work with a lot of really great artists. And actually how I met Tim, my business partner, which he was one of the first creative partners over at Snapchat. And he's one of my favorite artists. I mean, he's just incredible. He used to do tour visuals for Paul McCartney and Coldplay. and data viz for the UN. And so one of the reasons why we wanted to create what we're creating was that we initially saw right from the onset, actually baked into the terms of service for Meta with their Spark AR platform, that artists upload their content in a galaxy-wide exclusive perpetuity license. So basically, they assigned away all of their creative property. So for us, I mean, for most creators, they just kind of glazed over the fine print as one does. But that really irked me, and it was very. And granted, they did. It came into full effect when actually they closed down Meta Spark, and they basically rugged millions of works of art from creators around the world. And so these were works of art that were in cultural institutions. They were in museums. Again, our culture is moving online more and more every single day. So without having permanence for that, I think that's something that should be concerning for us as a society, is that we need to be able to archive this. We need to be able to actually have longevity for people to look and reflect on and be able to share perspective. So this is what really motivates us to be doing what we're doing. I'll kind of move a little past this quickly, but basically it's a growing market. It's moving very quickly. Brands are using it every day. They activate us. We work with museums. We work with galleries. We work with record labels. We work with independent artists, really across the board. And what's pretty wild is that since Meta Spark closed, then Adobe Aero closed this year, and then Eighth Wall is closing down, that this need for a completely decentralized standalone AR canvas is absolutely critical. And what's crazy is that the Eighth Wall one was actually political. There wasn't anything that like happened in the industry that was transformative or was like existential for us. It was just literally that the founders had made their earn out. So that's why they shut down after they got acquired by Niantic, and then Niantic sold off their games division. But anyhow, this is moving fast. And so what we've built out up to this point is a studio to publish your work into the world, any kind of digital asset, photo, video, 3D, you name it. You can geofence it. Think like a Pokemon Go for culture, if you will, where you can take an item, you can give it a home in the world, kind of geocache it more or less. And then we use blockchain, and we use like our decentralized registry for being able to establish the provenance for said works and create that record that I was talking about. So as a business, I mean, we've been it, we live it, we're all about it. A lot of our friends are creators in the space. And this year we started licensing the platform this year. So we went from, I think, 7 licensees at the beginning of the year to 100 paid accounts. And we've also been generating revenue, 60.6% month over month revenue growth. And so, yeah, it's been really exciting to see the pickup. And yeah, we work across all types of entities, individuals, but they're all trying to tell their stories in the world. And so what we're really looking forward to, and like kind of what we're looking forward to with Artizen specifically, is that we really want to be able to really bake in. We're working on the discovery application side of this. So up until this point, we've been really focusing on the publishing process, which is for an artist to be able to have the canvas to publish their augmented reality, to visualize it. We have a studio to produce it. But now we're going to shift gears so that we give people who are in the world more discoverability and more access. So before we were more like the B2B, now we're going B2B to C. And so these are the different things that we're going to be focusing on this year. So we built out a spatial protocol called Proof of Presence, which is like a spatial POAP, if you will, verifies engagement at a given location. We have our geospatial registry for archive and culture. And then we have creator rewards. So if you go and you do 3 things in the world, you can be rewarded. So activity on the map actually produces results for the end individual, which is pretty fun. Yeah, right now we're doing like a friends, family, colleagues, like a seed bridge round, raising 150 out of 10 million post. We've already raised 75,000 of it. And yeah, our whole intention is to create a decentralized spatial internet that we own. So that's what we're working on. And I'm going to do a little demo of what I vibe coded, since this is what the whole chat here is about. And again, we're trying to get match funding for our project through Artizen. And then the plan is after that is actually to launch a fund for creators in our ecosystem for public artworks, AR artworks. So this is a little dApp I made. I'm not I would say a developer by nature. Fully understand all of our code, but I'm not the one that's actually engineering it. But yeah, basically, so I was really excited to be able to like put this together, and this uses our spatial contracts, our spatial smart contracts, where I can take a photo, or I can upload a photo. If I upload a photo, it uses the EXIF data, and let's see here. Let me just refresh this real quick. I can upload a photo, pulls in the metadata, and then essentially it then mints the metadata and then mints the actual NFT with the spatial insights as a part of it. So these are some goofy tests. But I was actually out here in Miami for this event, and so all of this is now stored on chain. So this photo is now archived at that hotel at that given time. And so what we're doing is we're basically archiving memories as we kind of go through and create the system. So this is just, again, like a little prototype of this app that, again, I vibe coded. So I'm super excited to be able to, have the empowerment from the team here to actually go and do that. So shout out to y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna, I want to open up for questions.
Okay, thank you, Robbie. I'm going to move the judges for the Q&A now. Thank you again. So Subrat, we have Deepika as well, Ren, and Abil, and if I'm not mistaken, Nivin as well. Yeah, so I'm moving the camera. This is your show, your highlight. Subrat, you can go first, and Naven will be going next, okay?
Thanks, Bobby. I think this is a great presentation. I think the idea is pretty cool. I have a question around like from the business model perspective, like there is like, if you look at the history, this is this is a market that still needs to prove like the business model, like how companies are gonna make profits. Like, what are your kind of like what are you doing special for that here? Given that, like, you have mentioned your presentation where these creator platforms have actually shut down, and there have been, like, if you see, like, Meta reduced their fundings in AR space. What is your motivation, and like how do you kind of like plan around the business model here?
Yeah, totally. I mean, right now the business model is based off of just the necessity of it. What I found really interesting is that we launched the model actually after Metaspark closed, because I was going through all the forums on the Facebook groups for Spark AR, and all of the creators are like, I want to pay for access to this for the software. I want to pay, and then I was looking through how much they want to pay, and they're willing to do this on a monthly recurring basis. And so that's basically how we priced out our creator tools. It's basically monthly recurring that it ranges between $30 and $500 a month, depending on if it's an individual creator or if it's more of an enterprise type of activation. But yeah, it's monthly recurring, and so that's enabled us to really focus on basically investing in our go-to-market and sales channels through ironically we run meta ads to be able to attract those customers, which was kind of funny in the initial, when we were saying, hey, you got rugged by Meta, using meta ads to bring people on and be able to sign up for our our application. So that's how we're making money. It follows a lot of the other creator tools that are out there. And yeah, the appetite's it's really just a function of how much marketing dollars can I throw into it to acquire customers. We're operating at about like a 3.5 LTV to CAC ratio right now with our cost per acquisition. So it's pretty decent. I think for us, like long term, this is great short term. I think for the next 2 years, we'll probably keep this model in place, but we do want to start shifting our focus to more decentralized and enabling aspects. So thinking of like, we do plan to launch a token at some point. And the spatial token, what we would be looking to do is that creators would basically, if they staked their token, they would get access to our creator tools. And then as people did actions and activities inside the world or in the world, they would be able to earn that token. And so that's how we could be able to have this kind of flywheel happening between the publishers, the creators, and those who are actually out there experiencing it.
And real quick, like what blockchain are you on at the moment?
Yeah, so right now, we launched initially with Ethereum mainnet contracts, and then we're on Polygon, and then I'm working with the team right now to bring things over to Base. And as we kind of talk about what I'm really excited about, especially with where we're going to allocate a lot of the Artizen funds to that we raise, is the Base app and also Farcaster, but building out a mini app so that as people activate or take these photos or engage with things that happen in the world, that can then be fed into the social feed of those apps. So we could actually be able to create we don't need to build a social network, so we could be able to leverage what they already have existing.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, this is Navin. I will go next. Yeah, thank you for the demo and overview. So my question is primarily related to like with these AR applications, what are the privacy concerns you see with respect to the data collection, or it might be related to the where the location, etc., right, which you have shared. So can you share your thoughts on it, like as this application evolve, like what are the security and privacy concerns?
100%. It's one of the things that I think will be an existential, or at least a requirement for us. I mean, we talk about privacy, we talk about meta. I mean, in the same sentence, it's something that is definitely in the forefront. And especially if you think about like the Meta Ray-Bans, and you have Snap coming out with their spectacles next year, you have Samsung XR. This is something that is absolutely a requirement for us to consider, especially in the management of the data. So what we're looking towards, if I had all the resources in the world, I'd be doing this right now. But what we're looking towards is using ZK technology so that we could be able to have the location data privatized, or not privatized, but rather make it more private, so that folks who want to use the data, the end user would have to opt in, or they would have to basically it'd be encrypted that way. So we really want to make sure that again, if you're engaging in the world and it's spitting out these data sets, that those can be encrypted. So we're pretty keen to be able to have that as part of the stack.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Robbie. Nice presentation.
Thank you.
So what I understood is this is a creator-based platform, right? Creator-oriented platform. So my question is mostly that how do you identify the ownership of the data, whatever is being uploaded? And do you have plans of NFT integration in future?
Great question. Yeah. So again, the crux of the issue with these platforms is that once they went down, the artwork went down with them, right? So what we're really working on is to create a standalone canvas for AR that kind of operates. Just doesn't matter if we have a good quarter or a bad quarter, like the canvas is still there and still on the wall. So the way that we're doing that is so actually the whole eighth wall closing is it's kind of a blessing in disguise for us, because they're going to be open sourcing their computer vision models. And so because of that, we'll be able to actually create like a standalone AR package. And then that package will be minted with a computer vision model, and then also put on decentralized storage so it could run in the browser. And so we could actually have like a truly browser-based AR experience that runs outside of our platform. And that, since it's on chain, that'd be an NFT.
Okay. Thank you, Deepika. Abil, you can go next.
Hi, Robbie. The presentation was great, and when you said it's like a Pokemon Go for real world, like yeah, that was really good. And I had like few questions on my mind, like what's actually on chain versus if it's just like token for payments, you know? Mhm.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think early on we kind of adopted the cow to DAO model, if you will, going from a centralized autonomous organization to like trying to decentralize where we can. So kind of going back to like the last point, like we're working towards that. That's kind of like our moonshot, if you will. But there's varying degrees of like where we're at in that process right now. So we do have so at least like the actual AR scene itself basically gets spit out into a JSON file, and then we're using GeoJSON, which is the same standard for Google Maps. So what's kind of cool was that we were able to kind of run like a little growth hack test, and if you download your Google Maps data, you can actually upload it into our system, and then it would start generating your own map. And then we can put that on chain, and then you can. And so as like a growth, when we get to that point, we're going to be using that strategy. So like the data, like I guess more like than the specific answer is it's basically stored in a JSON file, and then that's on chain referenced to IPFS or Arweave or PermaWeb.
Okay, so if I understand it correctly, it would persist even if, let's say, you were to somehow like have server shutdowns or someone were to like attack you, and it would still persist, right, on the chain.
That's what we're working towards, and I'd say like it's a spectrum of like decentralization. To have something like totally foolproof, Armageddon based is like one set into the spectrum, and then there's like fully centralized. We're halfway there. We're still trying to like that's what we want to be using these funds for, is to bring more of that into our stack, because that's what our community wants. They're frustrated of seeing their artwork go. So.
Yeah, I can see it being used, especially with like all the kids, because their world is basically virtual now, and once you start like integrating creators, and creators bring their own influence, and they have like royalties and like stuff like that, I can definitely see it like being adopted in like future. Yeah, thank you for the presentation.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, Rem, you can wrap it up. Rem?
Hi, Robbie. That's a cool project to work on, and that's a great presentation. And my basic question is like, how does the publisher onboard into the this thing actually? Do you help them, or is it how did the publisher come on board with you?
Yeah, it's this has definitely been like one of the most critical parts of growing the product was every single customer I've talked to. Every one of our customers, I mean, we actually did a meetup out here in Miami with a bunch of artists that were involved, and they got to do a whole art walk at the event, and we all got dinner afterwards, and we're all kind of talking about what they want to see in the platform. And like that's been since day one for us, because this is such a new thing, and there's a lot of side quests that we could be going on in terms of building. So, really knowing like what is the targeted thing that they need right now, versus the nice to haves is absolutely critical. So, yeah. So I actually, anytime someone signs up for the platform, I have a one-on-one interview, 30 minutes with them, get an idea of where they're coming from, why they were interested in the first place, what they're trying to get out of the product, and yeah, and then we've been building out a like an online community. We've been using School because Discord is just kind of giving some people anxiety in the community, so we're using a like free School community, but it's been great because that's kind of it's been able to replicate me, because I can't in theory be having a call every hour of every day as a founder. So, but I want to make sure that's still important, that they're feeling supported. So we've built out this online community for basically just like an open forum for people to talk about projects they're working on, open calls that they want to give opportunities for. We do an education series every single Wednesday, and so there's a bunch of videos of like different tutorials and things like that. But yeah, it's been really exciting. I think like we're all everyone there, it's definitely, it kind of fills my cup, I guess, if you will, as a founder, is to kind of see that, because people genuinely like the product, and for a creator to have someone like your art, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, this product looks more like attracting the customers like who are Gen Z and Gen Alpha, but getting the publishers who are millennials, or that's the toughest part, looks like. But it's really cool project actually. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, Navin, did you have the opportunity to give it a question? I don't remember.
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah.
went.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
everyone has did your questions to Roby, Mateus?
Yeah, just checking. That's good. Do we have the next panel right now, or do we still have one more presentation, Pedro? Just
Yeah, we have.
to track on the time.
We'll be having to change the panel of judges, but we have already the next speaker here with us.
Yeah, Robbie, thank you very much for jumping in. Thank you
Yeah.
for your presentation.
Cheers, y'all.
Thank you. Thank
Cheers.
you. Okay. So thank you for the judges here. If you want to give last words before we exchange the panel of judges, and then we can have the live stream goes on. So thank you, Ram. Thank you, Deepika and Dabil, Mr. Brad, Navin. Thank you all for being here. It was a really, really pleasure to have you all here with us. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys thought it was a very thoughtful and enhanceful event. So thank you guys for coming.
Thank all the judges.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
having me.
Before I go, Matthias, I sent you a message about these fundraisings. Like, can you? We can chat.
Okay.
Yeah, we can chat
Check.
offline. Maybe.
Thank you for pinging.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Do you have a lot of people in the green room as well? Okay, that's good.
Good luck.
Pedro,
Bye bye, guys.
let's go
Have
for
a
it.
have a great weekend. Bye bye.
Well, today I'm covering for Augusto. Unfortunately, he could not participate today. He's been participating with Pedro. So I hope I'm doing good service, highly of Augusto service, Pedro, if you find it.
No problem at all. Thank you for being here, Matheus. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. And with that said, I'm going to move the next panel of judges here into the main stage so they can present themselves, set up what they are going to shut their questions. If I'm not mistaken, we supposed to have more. I will be sending them some message, but in the meantime, I'm going to ask you guys to present yourself, say how did you end up into the area and what your expectations for today's event, okay? So Kalian, you can go first, please.
Hey, hello everybody. So I'm Kalyan and I'm working as a principal member of technical staff at Oracle. So yeah, I'm interested and happy to see the pitches and see if my expertise can give some good advices to the folks who present here.
Thank you for coming. Levi, you can go next, please. You're muted, I guess. Try again. Yeah, I cannot hear you. If you want to, you can try to get out and enter again into the link that you have.
Am I audible now?
Yeah. You
yes.
are. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good morning. This is Lavi. I'm a principal application engineer working for Capital One Bank. I have like total 15 plus years of experience, primarily on the financial domain. I'm pretty much interested in the opportunity to build what the expertise what I have and see what I can contribute to the community. Excited to be part of this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Lavi. Thank you for coming, for being here. Next, we have Shubham. Are you there? I know that you have like some problem with your camera, but you can present yourself. No problem at all.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, everyone. Good afternoon or good morning. I think afternoon at this point, wherever you are. My name is Shubham, and I am a senior software engineer in Amazon. I basically work for their demand forecasting org, and I've been recently researching on vibe coding as well as agentic coding a lot, and that's why like I'm very excited to be here and meet you all and see what we have in our bucket today. It's very good day here in Seattle, and I'm very happy to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us. Thank you all judges to come. I'll go move you guys down there to the backstage area, and then I'll move up our next picture of the day, which will be James. Hello, James. Are you there with us?
Yeah, hello. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you? Everything's fine there?
Yeah, everything is cool. Yeah, it's night here. I'm very pleased.
Yeah, perfect then. You can present yourself and then you go into your project and to your presentation or your application or your demo. And then you go to the panel for the judges Q&A. Okay, James?
Okay, thank you.
You
Okay,
are going to share your screen?
Okay, let me do that. I think my screen is visible, right?
Yeah. Let me just bring it up to the stage. Yeah, you're good to go. Thank you, James.
Okay, thank you once again. Hello, everyone. Afternoon, evening, or morning from wherever you are. I'm very pleased to be here. By name, I'm James Asonga. I'm a full stack developer, more into blockchain. I'm now having like 2 years in blockchain building. Yeah, so currently I'm from Kenya. I'm very pleased to be here once again. I repeat the same. So I've been developing some applications for a while, having built in several chains. And today I saw it better to bring something as based on my capability as a student. I'm taking a computer science course as a student from one of the top university in my country. So here we have HackerWise. So what's HackerWise? The main key idea for me coming up with me and my team coming up with this project, we had these cases of students and developers all across the world. It's not only targeting students, we are targeting the entire all users, with our key users being the researchers, who may be the students or people outside, and also the developers all being united in a one hub. So HackerWise is simply your all-in-one academic and developer assistant. So this is the revolution behind HackerWise. So HackerWise is the key aim. We are looking for to cut across all the edges. We are looking for to unite the. We have students who can be able to do their researches within the platform. If you want a good study, generate good PDF notes or read within the platform, have well-laid structures within with the resources from different places generated together, fetched via our methods of accessing data through common known sources such as Wikipedia and the rest. Apart from that, apart from researchers, we are also looking forward to developers who want to do more standardization on their code, who are the guys who who have problem with working on their code. So that's also well taken care of. Then we are also having a peer-to-peer in-app chat within the platform, where different people can be able to. It's more like a social media where you guys, different people can be able to connect and unite together to share their problems and share their one-on-one difficulties they face. So the main key story with a life story, the reason for me and my team coming up with this project, it's based on a life story, the challenge that we face, with the common challenge being we day-to-daily face a lot of problems when it comes to doing research. When you are being given a simple task to do within your university or within your apps or different labs for projects, you get to have a challenge of switching from one platform to another, doing a research which doesn't aid at you getting a valued resource based on time consumption, also based being a key problem. Then apart from that, we have a repetitive, when it comes to people who are building, usually get some errors. You go and paste in your LLM, the one you are using. You kind of keep on prompting, whether it's this LLM or this, just not to mention, but a few. You get some challenges when it comes to now an error within your code which doesn't understand the common compiler errors and the rest. So you get to command the LLM, give a prompt, where is this error coming from, where is this. So we are hastening all that with HackerWise, whereby you are able to instantly paste or code or write. We have a notch code place in the platform, I'll show you later, where you can be able to either upload a file which you have a problem with, or code directly there, then grade your code to see where the issue is, then suggestions on how to improve it, and a point of key lines where the errors are, and specifically narrow down deep on how to solve that. Then again, another key problem I used to face for my reason to come up with this was this cases of generating tools, the inconsistency quality, whereby generic AI tools provided me with unstructured responses that usually required me to go to an extra sources to refine them, is when to have a final verdict resource which can now be presented. And also all these were all dependent on time consumption, which was the key factor here. I used to consume a lot of time doing shifting from here to here, and the rest of the colleagues from my country and the rest. It's all known from different places how struggle gets to be when you don't have the nice platform to do your researches, your code validation, and maybe to have a look. So that drove us to having HackerWise, based on the problems we face personally and the rest, to come up with a AI research assistant platform that you guys, different people, not only students but also general people from every corners of the world can be able to do a research within, generate a nice research, export whether it's a PDF or have MD file to be able to edit. And again, apart from those who don't want to do research, we have a section for the developers, those who want to do code grading. You upload or paste code to review automatic syntax detection, quality analysis, improve suggestion, and strength evaluation. It all does that instantly within the platform. Then again, within the platform, we've made it easy with the help of our UI UX designer as one of our team to come up with a nice unified dashboard that keep track of all activity. You're able to see your researches, your data, how all are stored, and you get to have a suggestion. It's your data, your priority. You get to have nobody controls your data. You're the one who have full access to your data. So you can be able to either, when you feel like erasing your data, or you feel like moving your data to a safer storage which you require, all is under your suggestion or your option or your want as a user of HackerWise. So all the help of this dashboard is just to keep us managed, keep the user who is using HackerWise to be able to track which researches has done this time, how do I access this, like what's the code validation, what codes have I validated this so far on. Then in-app chat, this is where different people can be able to chat and share their views in HackerWise. So I'll move straight. That's gonna be a kind of repetition. So code grading. So I've told you we have different sections. Just to repeat, we have research assistants where people can be able to do research and instantly get their academic reports generated, save as draft later for use, or be able to export PDF or 60 file markdown. So again, apart from doing a research, if you're a guy who is above research now, who doesn't want to use the research section, you can come, whether you're a developer, and have a good code grading excellence by your code, which you code within the platform directly, or you upload a file that you have issues with, or want just to check the code to be fully strength and be fully following the structure of all coding protocols, whether if it's a Python language, JavaScript, all code C++. We've trained our model based on there's some but a few languages to start off with, not mentioning Python, JavaScript, C++, C, Java, and the rest. So you can able to get a syntax error detection. When you miss a syntax, you can be able to be pointed out by our application to get which syntax to follow right based on your code. It automatically detects your code once you paste a code, or once you start coding, it automatically detects and show you this is a Python code you are coding, this is a Python language you are coding. So it gives you validation based on Python language once you start coding, or when you paste a file, it gives you the entire what you need to know if you are not sure about whether mixing a languages. It gives a suggestion you are mixing this language, this and so on. You need to stick to this language. Currently, the start language is Python. So this is the structure and so on. So that's all done using code analysis with the help of code analysis, all done within the backend where user doesn't get to know. The user that just get to see the experience within the platform. So apart from syntax detection, code quality analysis, and smart suggestion, we have strength evaluation. Have I told you, once your code meets the proper and structure of a given language, whether Python, Java, you get to be graded, like you get to see the strength of your code. It gets to be evaluated, and you are able to see how strong or how perfect the code is. Then apart from research and code grading, I talked about in Hub, you'll see it later within the platform. So I know maybe later, without mentioning this, 2 or more judges will ask how I am going, or how our teams are going to generate maybe later from now, when we now want to shift from free tier to premium, how are we going to generate revenue for the application, the source of revenue. So we are looking forward to above free tier for time being. We are looking forward to incorporate premium subscription later, after basic research and coding features are built for users after a given test or a given duration of users using the application based on free tiers. They can be able to opt in for premium subscription to unlock advanced AI capabilities, unlimited exports, and priority supports. So not only after exhausting their free tiers, but they can also opt when they need to have advanced premium options without necessarily having to freely complete the tier. As we know, with the normal subscription methods we use with the other LLMs and other tools. So apart from that, we are looking forward to another option of us partnering with the institutions such as university, and also having one-on-one in bootcamps. The bootcamps we usually undergo for bulk licensing agreement, providing students, faculty with full platform access at discounted price to give them capability of have a one-on-one access and market hacker-wise within. So, and also have API integration. We are looking forward to integrate our APIs in education platforms, such that the education platforms which undertake their students in their study or in their coding gets to give upper hand to the students based on HackerWise, giving HackerWise first priority by pointing to students use this application best for this. So that's one of the another key area by integrating our API access for education platforms, learning management system, to enhance capability in our existing infrastructure. So our competitive advantage, I know maybe this may sound later as a question point, but I wanted to make it different. Why are we looking for HackerWise to be the best platform? What makes HackerWise different from other platforms we have? So we have all come to experience with most of the platforms, maybe a few or more, but we know what is there. But with HackerWise, we have one key point. What makes it different? It's unified platform. Like we are able to offer a Unity, a combined research coding assistance, learning analysis in one semantic infrastructure. So we can take it like a hub in a simple way, where you get to over through different wants based on your over through different properties based on your want as a user. So it's a collection. It's giving it's a unified platform, one-on-one platform for researcher, students, and developers. Apart from that, another key area which make HackerWise to stand is proactive intelligence. Our AI doesn't wait for questions. It's very fast. It's actively suggests improvement and identify issues at your work, saving time of back and forth. The other advantage here, we have academic focus, purpose built for educational environment with feature specified design for students workflow, researchers, developers, and so on. So these are the team behind us. But personally, I'm James Songa. I'm a developer, lead developer for HackerWise. We have a friend Felix Avere, or full stack heading through, and Charles, the guy behind the design. So thank you again. Let me move to the demo unless anyone has a question. So that's the team behind it. Personally, James Osonga, also the ambassador for the RPC Africa. So I'll move straight to the demo for platform, if you may allow.
Yeah, you can. You have like 5 to 7 minutes, okay, James?
So
James?
The good
Oh no.
bot, it froze.
Oh no. I saw that.
Live demos are always like that, aren't they?
Yeah. I saw that he was having some connection problems into the backstage area, but he would always come and go. Maybe it was just
Yeah,
a
just wait
lagging.
for a couple minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
week
in the
was like me
meantime,
for me as well. Like when it rains, the internet goes away. I guess it's afraid of water, not waterproof.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, James is
James?
back.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I think so. The
Yeah,
main page can be
you
able
cut
to
for a minute. Maybe you want to start your pitch from the beginning. We couldn't hear you from the moment you share your screen to now. So maybe you want to start back from the beginning, James.
from the moment I started presenting from the slide.
The demo. We saw the slide
Oh,
presentation, but the demo. Okay.
But okay. About
Yeah.
the slide presentation, you had me right during the slide, right?
Yeah. But when you start to share the demo, we lost you.
Oh. So sorry for that. Let me come
No
up. I
worries.
think it was my mic. Okay,
Yeah.
I think I was using external mic.
Maybe
Thank
internet.
you for
But
pointing.
we
Thank
can
you
hear
for
you very
pointing
well
out.
now. You can start.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think it should be my mic. So based on the slide, this is the simple user experience for landing page for HackerWise. So users can be able to see what's up here. When you come as a user for the first time, you can go through the landing page to able to see what HackerWise entails. So it's just a smart research beta code, faster learning platform which ensures all-in-one point for academic and developer assistance. So everything covered within the slide, most of them, since users won't be able to see what the slide is behind the scene, they can be able to see what HackerWise covers here. We have research assistance. You can get assistance based on your research. If you're doing a research based on a given task or any kind of research we all can mention, it's all taken care of. Then also any kind of coding validation, coding grading, syntax error detection, code quality analysis. If you want your code to be analyzed, how quality it is, the strength and improvement, all you can be able to get at that point. Then we have a student Q&A. So it's not just students, because the key priority for the main use case was to liberate this struggle for students. That's why we gave it a student Q&A, like point where students can be able to ask themselves, like chat with themselves, one-on-one chat with each other. Not all like you can. It's encrypted to individually one-on-one chat. You can be able to ask or inquire more from another person, and also apart from that, we have a dashboard for keeping track of all that pertains to HackerWise. So the key area where I mentioned about HackerWise being a standout platform because of it right fast. It generates research papers, analyze codes in a second, know how our face, save time. And again, it's all in one place. We are uniting all struggles to a given platform that we call it HackerWise to be able to hasten the users of the platform. Then again, so I'll move straight to the main. So we are still working on it to the beta perfect. Currently in HackerWise, you can be able to do any kind of research. Let me just go with the state add selections here to see how it works. So different sections you can be able to code grade when you need to code grade at your own suggestion. If you're a person who needs to do a code grading, then also students who need to have a chat, then you can also be able to track history based on your research within the platform, as I mentioned earlier. So so everything well covered. I think my network was sorry, let me just correct on that. Just a minute. I check on that. Sorry for that. Let me come up again. It should not take time since it's working instantly unless my so that's the key point. As it covers off, I can take you to code grading section, then come back to research to show you how it works best. So in the code grading, let me say I'll just have to do simple due to time. Simple, let me say if you are like, you want to just simple code for something, if you notice it's just detected code automatically based on what's going on, then you can be able to, so we all know this as standard best way for writing JavaScript code, so it should pass to perfection. So when you grade it, or you can be able to upload a file, you can be able to view code gradings and see what kind of errors you have. Then apart from that, you can also be able to upload a file. If you have VS Code, you navigate to where your file is or your text editor. Then I think I had within my keyboard here paste for a given code. Let me try if I can. It was not really. So not sure if I can go to LLM here and test this code here. Sorry for that, just a minute to see how it works. I'll just go ahead and maybe copy a code here already to see how it works, if it's gonna pass the code from that area, to give a point out, and maybe try removing some part of the code to save on time, maybe from coding to scratch can be a bit tiresome. So let's see what's going to be here. So this is a different file. So it's 95% passed. So let's try and see where the problem is. So we can, no issue found. Though the code is correct, we have no issue, but it gives us suggestion here. So add comments to explain complex logics. Consider adding semicolon for clarity. So meaning maybe there's one place of, if you go through the code cleanly, you might be able to depict where the problem is. Then another, unless we want to remove, so that's at least better, it has passed above 90. Let me try remove, because Python code can't, it must follow the priority. Let me say if your code you aren't sure about any part how the structure should follow, and you go ahead and remove maybe a key point of that. Let me refresh it. I think it should be able to do that. So apart from that, student section here, I'm already logged in as one of the, so you can be able to have a peer that's already logged in my account. So yeah, so apart from that, you can be able to track research history and researches you have made. So currently, this is one of the key research I had made earlier. Let me try clear them. So you can be able to do a export later. No need for on and on every time doing a research based on what you had already researched. So let me go to research first area, then show you how it works. I think my net is now good. Sorry to mention that in a call. So if I try to do a research here, so yeah, still sluggish a bit. So yeah, let me, so in the meantime, I think after that, that's all about HackerWise. So unless point from there. So in the meantime, I can accept questions as I share my screen from here. So yeah, I think it was a bit due to net. I'm checking on that. So this one of the research, you can be able to export PDF, like to be able to read it, very easy to read, since it's well organized, like every structure from there. So okay, then when you come to history, you can be able to see the last one shared here 0 minutes ago. You can be able to view, maybe export, and you can make a change on that. So that's our project HackerWise. So we are looking forward to more improvement. We are looking to improve the app itself to better UI. We are still building, so no stop, no gain. A stop, no gain. Yeah. So we are building through. Thank you. So I'm open to question.
Okay, James, thank you for your presentation. Wow, I guess his internet connection got to an endpoint right now. So I will be moving up the judges into the stage. I hope to have him again so he can see the questions or some advices from the judges. I will try to connect with him right now. In the meantime, let me present Deepu, which wasn't, and Shubhan, which wasn't here with us as the judges were presented. So, Deepu, you can go first, please.
You want me to introduce?
Yeah, you can introduce yourself.
Okay. So maybe an elevator pitch about me. So I'm a strategic and a thought leader, especially focused on data analytics. And my core focus area is mostly on the emerging side of the technologies. Um, and my core background has been mostly in computer vision, generative AI, LLMs, and now we are moving into the agentic AI space. So pretty much trying to grab each and every pieces, bits and pieces which are evolving into that area. That's pretty much about me.
Okay, Dipu. Shivan, I know you're there and you didn't introduce yourself, but because of my connection problem, we had some James. We'll move into the panel and then we can have you present yourself as soon as it ended, okay? So you can go first, Shaban, if you don't mind.
Sure. You want me to introduce myself?
No, I would like to have the questions for James because I'm afraid of his connection, and then we can move you to your introduction.
Sure, sure. So, James, first and foremost, thank you so much for presenting. It was very informative session, as well as I did learn a lot of things from what you're trying to achieve. Uh, my overall review for the product was, I understand you are like trying to do this unified platform for a lot of things. But would you rather be interested in actually focusing on one thing and doubling down on that? Because I know there were like code detection in there. There was researching opportunity, being a research assistant, as well as uh, checking like what the like basically like vibe coding live, and that was all good. I did see like few of the issues that it didn't detect Python when you paste it from like ChatGPT uh, to the forum or the paste box that you had, right? But I think that's like very fixable and very small issue, so I'm not too worried about that. Uh, all in all, I really wanted to understand like how did you incorporate like your coding, as well as like how did you take advantage of like vibe coding in particular regarding this product that you're trying to uh, publish.
Okay. Oh, thank you, thank you. So the key case where I used the web coding a lot, it was when it came to the landing page. I didn't build it from scratch. I used the head of already laid out tools for doing web coding, and also a bit when it came also to integration of deep integration when I was integrating the product, like doing some code integration with the server side. I tried to make some vibe code a lot when it's now came to integration parts. So since it's laid on the server, I'm not keeping most of the records. The users' records are some of you based on research history are stored locally for security. We are heading at end-to-end encryption to ensure users' data are well kept and secure. So the vibe coding contributed to a big percentage with also my background knowledge of development, with pointing some few the integration parts and also the entire or more part of the landing page.
Awesome, awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah, go for it, go for it.
Okay, so overall, the central product itself, the functionality, the automation, and the integration part. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks. Apart from that, I also wanted to understand like how did you use? I'm sure you could have used prompt engineering in the research assistant part, and I wanted to understand like if you actually gave it a thought, or it's like it's still in the pipeline, or probably like you want to do it like later.
Oh, okay. So about that, yes, prompt engineering was a key consideration in the development of the research part through a generative, well-structured relevance, as I said. So the prompts were iteratively refined based on users' feedback. So the research itself, I'm using already Latitude Gemini. So I'm fetching from Gemini the Gemini 2.4 Flash, the updated version. So that's the key part. So it's still on the walkthrough. We are looking forward to make it better. So yeah, so it was I used the it's not already laid, since we have already laid out tools to connect through. So I leverage on the knowledge or the background of Gemini tool to give a use for such. So future plan include dynamic. My future plan and the entire team, we are looking forward to dynamic prompt adjustment based on users' queries, and integrate more domain-specific prompt to cater to diverse academic fields. So overall, prompt engineering is an ongoing critical to improve research effectively. So again, we know that some searches cannot be there within the history. So we are looking also forward to having our RAG. I know we know RAG, so we are looking to build a RAG whereby in case some data are not already online and user make a research on specific data, we can be able to fetch it from RAG directly with our LangChain and bring it directly to the user.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I know. I mean, I don't have a lot of questions, so I'll let like other judges ask questions you first, and then we can go ahead. If at the end we have like some more time to go over like few of the suggestions.
Okay, thank you, Shaban. Caleb, you can go next, please.
Hey, thanks. Hi, James. First of all, nice to meet you, and really enjoyed your presentation. So, may I know like why you want to unify the research and the code grading in your platform? You mentioned like people are moving here and there. Like when you say here and there, like what's the advantage of being on your platform?
Okay, so the key advantage of being on this platform, the first key advantage, I'm trying to ease in the workload when we are trying to refine HackerWise to be a one-based platform where if you doesn't get what you need on a given research platform, you can be able to get all the entire research based on different sources, because a given research may be different from a given research. So we are trying to have a one platform that gives the best and standard based on user search. So when I said move from there to there, I was trying to point out to struggle when several users, several researchers get to move from one platform to the other with electricity. They can't be able to find what they want. So I want to unite research and code grading to create a seamless experience where users can efficiently switch between academic, research, and coding tasks. In case you don't want to struggle to get other tools, you don't know the other platform which can do the same, can do coding and differently, can do coding tasks and do research tasks, you are able to do them without leaving the platform. So we know that many students and developers currently, personally, I've felt that many students and developers currently struggle a lot. So juggling multiple tools for research and note taking, coding, and the rest. So we're wasting a bit time and breaking the force. So that's the key aid. We are aiming at reducing the time spent when people move. They are unsure of which platform best to use by. So we are combining functions within to have HackerWise to help users save time. So when users, by doing a particular task of their priority or their want within.
And what was the reason to track things in the dashboard? How they are useful?
Yeah, sure. So they are useful because within the dashboard, a user can be able to track how many can be able to track the research he does. So also within the dashboard, you can hover and see if, say, within the specific dashboard for research, it helps monitor research sessions, code. Then the one for coding part, the code dashboard, it helps look onto the code submission and feedback all in one history. Then you get to know how many searches you made, how many coding validation you did, and so on and so forth. Then the dashboard also offers the ability to reset or clear stats. As you see, when I started, I cleared first at the beginning of what I did last. So you can be able to clear all reset stats, given user control over their data. So you have the entire data. You don't need a mandatory for commanding somebody or telling somebody to clear data for you. So yeah, so all in all, the overall part of it, the dashboard enhance user engagement, organization, and provide keeping the entire relevant information accessible and manageable by the user. So the user is the owner of the data, and he can do and track everything that pertains to his or her data.
Okay, thank you, James. So yeah, my suggestion would be like try to personalize the experience when it comes to the research that you're building. I know like you integrated with Gemini 2.0, but if your website offers any personalized experience on top of it, then I think it gives users more strong reason to be to join your platform. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you, James. Yeah, nice to meet you.
So thank you for pointing out. Yeah, that's why I said we are still working on it. So I point out for how you idea.
Yeah,
thank you.
Heard that the rag that you want to use. Got it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Levi, you can go next, please.
Yeah. Hi, James. Thanks for the presentation. And I really see some cool feature in your product. This is already covered, I think, the question pretty much from Kalyan and Subham. Just checking on the differentiator, right? Because there are now some tons of tools available, right, in the market, AI tools. The differentiator about your product, right, that's one. I see you have your target audience more a student, researcher, those kind of thing. So the second point is how you are targeting in terms of subscription model, because there is a one slide I saw you have minimal, that's more a free version, and there are subscription based. If you can talk a little bit more about it.
Okay. So how I'm targeting okay. So the target, I think if I got your question clearly, the target part, we are targeting the use case for the application. We are targeting researchers, developers, and maybe students as a general, because they can be entitled to all in one. So yeah, I lost, but the last part you can rewind for me the last part of the question.
The second part is more on the pricing. You had a different one, the free version, and there was some paid version too. I think in one of the slide you have covered, I believe.
Yeah.
So how you are targeting that, considering your target audience?
Okay, yeah. So about the pricing, how we are targeting our audience. So we are looking for. That's why I said it's got to be covered in the premium tier. The parts of our revenue for the model, if I go to clear. So those are the key points we are looking for to ease in them. So to help leverage for the platform based on that. Not sure if I got you. Yeah.
I can hear you. Okay. So my feed, am I audible? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So my feedback is more on considering your target audience and the pricing you have. Definitely, focusing on some unique features that would help. Reason being, you got lot of generic AI tools that more or less that does provide. So something that stands out from what you have in the market, definitely people will be more willing to pay even the premium. So that would be my recommendation.
Okay, thank you.
And Deepu can wrap it up.
Sure. Hey James. So first of all, thanks for sharing the presentation, and I definitely liked it the way you presented it, and there was a flow for sure. Um, I I know a lot of questions have been asked. I just want to take a step back here and probably ask your opinion. Like, I'm sure you have created this with a mindset, right? And research is all about novelty, right? Like something which you are creating net new, which is non-existent in the current environment. you are definitely helping in expediting the research, but how your tool is making the novelty factor come into play? I mean, I'm still not convinced on that. Like, how do you create something new out of this? And if yes, then how do you change the mindset? Because use of AI in expediting research is always discouraged. Like, they don't like doing this because it's not what you have created from your I mean, like, it's not your own creation, right? You have actually used some or the other things for doing it, right? That is number one question. Second question was, I feel like your platform, I mean, it's very targeted for academics, but I'm not sure if you know professional, like there are professionals who are doing research as part of their profession, right? So probably I think it is better to uh, not consider that segment, like researchers who are in the professions. uh, I think you should also bring in researchers who are doing some professional activities as part of your platform, and not just focus on the student portion of it. And I think your platform already has that capabilities. You just need to tweak things here and there to make it agnostic of the academics, right? And the third question which I had, sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions. I'm not sure if you're able to track it.
It's okay.
The only third question which I was thinking about was, you said initially you want to scale this globally, right? There is a language factor there always. Um, Different regions have different language preferences. So I'm not sure whether you have considered multi-language, or making sure your platform also translates to languages, right? Different region languages. So maybe just give some insights about it, and maybe we can talk through on that.
Okay. So thank you. I'll start with the first one. So
Sure.
yeah, it's true. It's true about the first one was about we know that most sources doesn't recognize or validate or see researches from AI to be the best research. So as I said, Akawais is AI powered platform. We are not necessarily fetching entirely every research, every information from AI. So we are using AI as a tool. That's we are trying to give. Let me bring it to this aspect of animal and human being case. So we, the users of Hakawise, we are the rabbits. So we are the one who are curious. When I say about rabbit, we all here we are rabbits. So white rabbits, we are curious. Then Hakawise is a tool, a platform that's help check on our curiosity to link us with best of our fits based on our curiosity. So Akawise is not only, it's not, let me just put it like it's, Akawise is not generating from researches from AI. What it does, like it's a linker through based on Gemini, which I mentioned. Gemini version we are using to link through. So we are fetching our research from already laid tools, already laid platform. That's why I said when you within the presentation, we are fetching on already laid tools such as Wikipedia, which has validated and already laid resources. So we are not generating from AI deep down, like we are bringing everything from, we know how sometimes AI comes to be when it's generated a research, then you present that research instantly. That's why we linked it through with the already laid out tools like the Wikipedia based on that. Then again, we know that you also mentioned something. I'm going to answer that. We know that different day, different time, researchers improve, different advancement comes to be. That's why I mentioned on the part of RAG. So here, RAG comes about like when you now, in this case, when you are doing a research on something already placed on internet today, you can't be able to access it instantly based on a given tool you're using. So that's why you may search in Gemini, you won't be able to fetch it directly from local storage where the data is trained on the model. So that's the RAG itself going to help us link through with already laid out tools. Like we are creating our own RAG based on resources we have, based on the validated resources we have fetched through, to able to give access to well-validated and proved resources for research. So it's not only, it's the biggest part AI is just here to power it. to make it to make link through with the already laid sources for fetching information. Then again, the second one was about point out. You pointed out if I can be able to not only narrow it down to students and bring it also to professional researchers. We are looking onto that. It was part of our milestone. I think I had a few time I would have shared the milestone graph here, or the Gnat graph for our application. So it's part of it. Thank you for that. We are looking onto that for the point out. Then the third part you asked, I think maybe you can you can give me a snapshot about
Language
that.
portion of it, like you're
Guys,
scaling it
I'm
globally.
sorry, Dipu and James. I'm so sorry. We need to close it out because we have next features here with us. So, James, thank you for your presentation and the panel of judges again. I'll move you guys. Just Shaban will be here with us so he can present himself. But James, thank you for your presentation. Thank you for your pitch. Don't forget to go to Artizen and put down your project there. First, for your being here for the pool, okay, of investment. You can read the playbook there so you can understand how it goes. All right.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
people, we do have a couple more pitches to go. So ideally, we would cap it at 20, 25 minutes maximum. So let's keep it short. So Pedro, while you do the shuffle, Shobran, you still need to present yourself, right? Would love to hear a bit more about your work at Amazon, working with agentic AI, right?
Yeah, so for Amazon, I do work with a lot of agentic AI, uh, uh, like machine learning university that they have. So for me, uh, I do like teach a lot of junior engineers as well as interns in Amazon about these new AI features and how we can leverage it to do day-to-day tasks and minimize maybe like the boring as well as repetitive tasks, and how we can automate a few of the things that can uh, clear out a lot of engineering resources, as we have already put it on the easy mode. But yeah, it's been almost 2 years for me here in Amazon. Before that, I was mainly on the fintech part of the industry. But yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Thank you very much for presenting yourself. Let me get the screen back here. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, thank you very much, Hunt, for presenting yourself. Sorry we couldn't join to present you earlier, but I would love to have you in the next panel as well for the next presenter. Do we have Palash
Wait,
next, Pedro?
yeah, he's here with us. Shaban, I
Wonderful.
move you down into the backstage. Thank you so much for being here with us.
See you soon.
So,
Palash, a great member from our community. Thank you for coming. It's the second time coming, right?
Yes.
Thank you for coming, brother.
yeah, Palash, thank you for coming. You can talk a little about yourself, then go into your project and demo, and then we go to the Q&A panel for this time slot. Okay, this will be the last one. Okay, so the judges will be exchanging, and we will be hosting another panel of judges. Thank you, Palash. As soon as you start to share your screen, I will move into the main stage.
Oh, okay. So before I share screen though, hi everybody, I'm Palash. I'm a software engineer slash builder in the crypto space, and I am very bullish on, let's say, blockchain and Web3 and not cryptos, just so we keep it off the degeneracy. But yeah, let me start sharing screen and get into my pitch.
Okay,
Perfect.
okay.
Cool. Oh, okay. So the project I'm presenting is called Dash Monkey, and The idea behind that is to offload your monkey brain. The core idea or the central component behind this is a virtual pet, which is an embodiment of your financial health. Um, it is linked to your data and it is affected by it. And it is also overly dramatic. So, for example, if it notices that you're going to clubs a lot, its liver will go bad. Or if it notices that you're ordering too much, fast food or just outside food, it'll start getting fat. The goal is to provide like real visual feedback into hopes of catching like negative patterns early, as opposed to standard dashboards and numbers, which typically don't really help as much with financial habits. Um, there's also a slight private or philosophical exploration that I am exploring here, which is I wanted to start as like a friend, and then eventually, let's say a decade down the line, you are unsure whether the monkey is you or you're the monkey, because the idea behind the monkey is that uh, it is the monkey is you, but it is 10 steps down the line on the path like that you are currently on. Hence, it is also overly dramatic. And yeah, like I just want to explore like the metaverse, so to speak, and blur the lines between the digital and the physical. A quick look into a demo. Just keep in mind that this is like highly uh, alpha and like prototype, so things are a lot like hard coded. But the idea is like you have a very simple layout. You have like a sidebar with the monkey on it, and you can maybe chat with it, talk to it, and you have a dashboard with different cards. And this is for people to also like if they prefer the traditional style, there is stuff here as well. Now I can add receipts that I have. So the first one is like nicotine, and this will make the monkey like a little jittery because nicotine increases the heart rate, blah blah blah. But if I add in a second receipt, which is for clean food and fresh groceries, it becomes a little happier. And if I add in like this receipt from like a brewery with like 8 or 9 beers, it becomes a little hungover. Another thing I'm exploring here is a new form of UI with all this agentic AI development. And the core idea behind that is like there are no routes, but these cards are interchangeable. These are well-defined cards. So when you talk to the monkey and say like, what was my balance? Like, what is my current balance is like? And then, the monkey kind of loads these cards for you. And these cards are also like movable and you can do whatever. So very flexible layout. Um, and then finally, there's another component which is not really built, but there is one for copy trading. And the core idea behind that is like you want to democratize, access to highly influential or highly capable traders, and let the monkey kind of trade for you in an automated fashion. Going back to the pitch, the different modules that are in this project. One of the core ones is an expense tracker. And as you saw, like take a picture of any receipt and keep track. The experiment I'm running here is with an on-chain federated learning model. So the goal is to have a decentralized OCR model so that if you like it incentivizes network participation. So if you are early in, then you obviously provide like more data, which will help develop the model better, and you will be rewarded for it with some tokens. Then also a recipe marketplace for democratized copy trading, like I mentioned. And like these recipes can also be of a different form, such as uh, every time money hits this account, take 10% out and put it in like a high yield saving account or something like that. There's also going to be a social component. So I can add friends. So, I can go to my friend and be like, hey, your monkey is like very yellow. Did you go out last night? Or because, liver damage or something. And then a few more features, which I am happy to talk about, but it kind of links to different projects that I have. And then the final thing I'm trying to get across is like it lean into like the Tamagotchi craze of the 90s, and effectively this is a Tamagotchi. So, and what I'm trying to say is that the only way to take care of your Tamagotchi is to build better habits yourself. So yeah, if you control your monkey brain, not only will you make money, you can also keep your money. And that's it. Oh, stop share.
Yeah, Pedro is speaking with someone from the backstage in the meantime.
I see.
Thank you very much. Well, this is a super interesting project. First time
Thank
I
you.
see it, right?
First time.
Of course, not something that this was the first time. I was in New York, right? That I encouraged you to pitch that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you did pitch that, and you won a hackathon as well in Europe, if I remember.
No, in Denver, yes. I implemented a copy trading, like I was doing like a small module, and I won like 2 prizes at that hackathon.
Well, congratulations for your persistence with the project. Looking great.
Thank you.
One of my personal favorites from many of the grades one, of course, but this has a special touch,
But I thought
right?
first time seeing it.
Wow. Love at the first sight. Well, Pedro, let's bring the judges.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for covering it, Mateus. So, Palash, thank you for your presentation. I really like the Monkey project. And you, Killian, let's do in line. You can go first, please.
Hey, hi, Palash. Yeah, thanks for the demo. Hi. So when you say your app is investing money for the user, like how does it invest? Like what recipe does it use? Like for a person, right? If they don't know anything about investing, so does it help or?
Yes. So imagine that let's say I'm the experienced trader, right? So I have some kind of trading strategies, and let's keep it simple as it's a simple stacking strategy, which is if ETH goes up by 10%, sell it. If ETH goes down by 10%, buy it. That's it. And I put this as like a thing on the platform. So you come in and you're like, you know what, I want to do do savings, and like I want to increase my ETH holdings, or even more abstract than that. And then what you can do is subscribe to my trading, my recipe or this strategy, and because it's all crypto and like automated, you like your money, like the same strategy will be executed on your funds. The advantage is that I am not your money manager, so you don't have to really trust me.
Okay.
So it's kind of trustless, and hence crypto and bullish on blockchains. But yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested in like what technology do you plan to use? Is it like I know there are many blockchain technologies, right? So what are you planning to use? I think for this kind of strategy using I think is it Ethereum or
yeah, it'll probably be EVM, but I'm also looking into like having like a separate app chain itself. But I think the core is going to be an Ethereum virtual machine. So because that's widely available and supported.
Yeah, the idea is super cool. Yeah, no further questions, but yeah, I think the execution is is the hardest part. Which I can see that. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Cool.
But it helps to kind of divide into modules, right? And you can tackle one module at a time. So I've been doing like different modules at different hackathons and kind of iterating over that.
Okay. Are you planning to integrate any of the existing platforms or like any tooling that are already outside? Like Ethereum, I think you basically wanted to do contracts, right? If I understand it correctly. So I think contracts are already outside. Like I think some of the game platforms still is using these contracts. So like, do you want to leverage them or like you?
So if you mean that, like, if I want to integrate with something like Uniswap or PancakeSwap or something like that, then yeah for sure, yes, okay. Because the whole idea is like composability, right?
Sure. Yeah, that's all I have, Petro.
Thank you, Killian. Levi, you can go next, please.
Plus, great demo and cool feature actually. So love that. I have one question in terms of you gave a demo about the expense tracker, basically uploading the receipt, and your monkey was reacting accordingly. Uh, and then you showed me something more trading feature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just talk about. Uh, just trying to understand the relation between these two, how these two are related in terms of the user experience. Because how I see it, the first is the expense tracker more what how your monkey reacted. It was more on the health side of it, like if you do this, yes, not good for your health and all those things, where the trading is something more your financial aspect. So just trying to see how these two features are interrelated, or how you see it as being in the one app.
Okay, so first, in terms of like the two separate modules, um, they have like an overarching theme of like it's still finances, right? Because expense tracking and copy trading or whatever is both related to your financial health. The second thing about lifestyle and health, arguably, you could say that if I'm unhealthy today, I will have expenses in the future, right? So you can kind of reconcile it that way. But the real answer is that this monkey is effectively like a digital twin, and I have like two or three other projects which kind of track different aspects of your life as well, and the monkey kind of supersedes all of that. So eventually, it becomes like a digital twin. But the other, like all these separate projects, are kind of like your entry points into the whole ecosystem, so to speak.
Okay.
So if you're more interested about like improving your financial discipline, financial health, blah blah blah, then you enter through this. If you are more interested in like say mental health, then there's a separate platform for that. But they all like all roads kind of lead to Rome.
But those are features you're planning to have within one app, or it's going to be two different
No, so those
applications?
are so there's a so I'm trying to showcase the power of composability, and so there's this is one platform for finances. There's a separate platform for mental health, but both of those can provide data to improve your digital twin. So it's it's like one whole ecosystem, but different apps and platforms.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Good luck. Cool feature.
Thank you.
Yeah, loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Levi, and thank you, Palash, as well. So, Deepu, you can go next, please.
Hey Palash, thanks for the presentation. I love the monkey concept, but I just wanted to understand what was your motivation to create this application. Like, why did you create this in the first place? The second question was around you talked about integration with multiple financial institutions, right? uh, those are like finance data is very secured. It has to be secure, to be honest. How your application will make sure that, because it's kind of a wrapper on the top of the existing financial institutions, right? How do you make sure that it is much more secure than what you are doing to their existing institutions, right? Because you are integrating it, making sure that data leakage doesn't happen anywhere. And I was also trying to understand what is your data storage look like? Like where are you storing this data? Is it locally or is it somewhere? Um, the interface looked like a web platform, but I'm not sure whether it is a application which has to be installed on a mobile or somewhere else. So maybe just give some differentiations around it. I will be happy to understand that.
Okay. So first, the motivation, because I am bad with money and I am an impulse spender. So I'm like, bro, I need to know where my last cent is going. So that's where it kind of started from. And then also, I was very inspired by like India Stat and like also how easy stuff is. I don't know if you know about account abstraction in the India Stat. And in terms of storage and privacy and data protection, so yes, it is going to be like a local app. The idea is that you kind of install a desktop native app, but you can also link your phone, your iPad, whatever with it. And effectively, what I'm trying to do is push the server onto the user. And for any any interaction over the chain, especially for stuff like expense tracking and like making decentralized OCR, I'm going to incorporate a lot of like cryptography and ZK stuff. So for example, like when I send the receipt for processing and like getting like text data back, like the standard OCR, instead of sending the whole receipt, I'll be creating like bounding boxes, which which will also help to kind of de-link the user from the image itself. And I don't know if you know about Tornado Cash, it's inspired from that. And Tornado Cash, what they did was like if everybody deposits an ETH, then you don't know who deposited which ETH. Like it goes into like a mixer, right? So similarly, I can have bounding boxes of different sizes, and you can also have like overlaps, and that helps you de-link it. And because I'm running the server on the user's machine, like I have complete control, and I can have like stealth addresses or disposable addresses as well, and kind of manage everything and de-link it. But yeah, in short, the answer is that the user will be like everything will be hosted locally, and then that also provides a business opportunity because I can then eventually start selling masses.
Makes sense. I just want to give one feedback based on what
Yeah.
you just said. You initially stated this is a financial health app, but as you were progressing ahead, it felt like you are actually triggering more around the health part of it and not targeting the financial aspect of it. So maybe if you can differentiate that very critically, I think it will make more sense to the consumers
end
to
user.
understand
Yep.
like, yeah, this is not a health app, but it's more of like how you are actually governing your financials over a period of time and making yourself healthy.
Yes. Yeah, feedback again. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Over to you, Pedro.
Shubhan, you can close it up, please.
For sure. First and foremost, thank you so much, Palash. I really enjoyed your presentation. Your energy is very welcoming. So I know how passionate you are about the project. So kudos to that, first and foremost. I did enjoy having a digital twin of yourself, and basically, like, if you can associate yourself with someone that you can look into your phone, right? Like customizing your avatar and maybe like taking care of it. So I get the gist of like why you integrated this particular like maybe let's say like expense habits or your dietary habits to your digital twin to understand like in what direction you're going and down the lane how you're gonna look like if you don't act. But I do have like few questions regarding this entire thing. So let's say you talked about like spenders, and when we talk about them, like the geography or the culture uh, can have very heavy biased on it, right? How do you plan to curb it, as well as like let's say for example like few people, right, from small restaurants can order like a lot of cheese or a lot of healthy stuff that might actually like have a huge bill, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is unhealthy. And uh, I feel that you are from Indian descent. So
What gave you that idea?
the cuisine, the cuisine that we have like in India,
It's carb heavy.
yeah, totally different from what we have like here in US, right? So
Right.
do you have any plan to like incorporate that in general?
Yeah. So, short answer, the use or like the most easiest way to kind of address that is like within this platform, the user can kind of edit stuff if they want to, and obviously to an extent, right? Because you don't want to be like like the monkey says like this is very unhealthy, and you're like nah, fuck you, this is not healthy. This is very healthy, and like you're just eating Doritos for I don't know a month. But the long answer is that I have a separate platform for decentralized science where you are where the features in that is you're running like personal like experiments on like yourself, stuff like I stop coffee after 2 p.m. or I change to a different diet, blah blah blah. But you're also tracking that using like blood reports or some kind of health data. And when that integrates, that's when it becomes like more comprehensive and like a better or like a higher resolution or more nuanced.
Okay. So that is all good. And honestly, like I did love the idea that you're gonna like integrate data from multiple apps into basically like one amalgamation of this digital twin that you have. What all the aspects or what all the data that you are planning to track to make the obvious like the more data you have, the more identical your Tamagotchi Gochi will be, right? So, what you're planning to do, and what are all the uh, apps or data
So
that you're.
start with the finances because that is already well defined and like it's easy to get that data from other sources. Then go to so I have a different platform for storytelling which kind of leans into mental health, and the monkey kind of understands your mental outlook and what your mental state is, or blah blah blah, or like how happy you are, for example. And then also the D-side platform where like you actually get into the physical stuff, and then you can be like, with this lifestyle, with these thoughts, this is my health and why, and then you can start asking those kind of questions.
Okay. All right. I think yeah, I have exhausted all my questions. I did have like one suggestion though, like when
Yes.
you are like tracking expenses, right? You ask people to upload the receipts that they have. Maybe try to incentivize them like Ibotta or something like that, so that they'll feel like happy as well as encouraged to do so.
So there's two like implicit incentives when people do that, right? So one is your monkey gets more nuance and you get better information and stuff like that. So that's ideally that should be enough. And like that is also like a signal for me as well as like if this is actually functioning or not. And then the other incentive is being part of the network and network effects, right? So if you come in early, like one of the reasons why Satoshi Nakamoto has a lot of Bitcoin is because he was the only node for like a long time. So he just mined a lot of Bitcoin on him by himself. So similarly, if you come in early and like you're one of the earlier data providers, the incentive becomes like you end up getting more tokens.
Okay.
And like also like at a later stage as well, like if you participate, you are rewarded effectively.
Sounds good. I think that's
Cool.
all.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, Shaban. Thank you, Balash. Thank you, everyone. I will change the panel of judges right now. So thank you, everyone. If you have any last words, it was first time here, Shaban. What you thought about it?
I think I had fun actually seeing a lot of people doing so many innovations. I have had like a very good learning curve, as well as how other people are using agentic AI on. So definitely, it's a very brand new experience for me, as well as like how we can leverage the power of AI to do like menial stuff that we can maybe like automate it. So it's not too bad that AI is taking over like few of the stuff that I really don't want to do. So I'm looking forward to it.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone, to come here. I will move you guys back in stage and then I'll exchange the panel. Dipu, thank you for coming. Such short notice. Killian and Lavi, love to have you guys here again. So we'll be in touch. Thank you all. And Palash, great project, great presentation as well. So I'm with all you guys to backstage area. I'll be main host right now just for a little. Oh, I have companionship.
Oh, yeah, helping you here. So thank you all the judges for participating. We are shifting now a little behind schedule, but shifting now to the third slot. New judges coming. And who is the next project to present?
So we will have Victor Parton as next project pitcher, but we should introduce our main judges for this
Okay,
part.
just make sure they are in the. Okay, they are here. Okay, let's
Yeah,
introduce the judges and move forward with the demo.
yeah,
Go ahead,
perfect.
Pedro.
So we have Robert today, Joichi. Hello, Joichi, Calvin, VJ, and am I losing someone? I guess everyone's here, right? Oh, Abhishek.
Hey,
Yeah. So thank you everyone for coming here with with us today. Very happy to have you all. A little introduce about yourself, a little explanation about what you're expecting to see here with us, and then we can go into the next speech, okay?
Sure.
So, Robert, would you start, please?
Yeah, I can go first. Hi everyone. So I'm Robert up here. I'm a product lead at SAP. I worked on the HSM and talent side of things, so more of learning, onboarding, recruiting. And my focus now is mainly on AI experiences for our customers, and we have about 60 million users that we serve on the product I work on. I'm looking to forward to exciting presentations here today, and also be able to give more feedback that will be useful for the participants. So looking forward to seeing all the exciting things that you guys are building. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Very happy to have you here with us. Joichi, again, thank you for coming. So glad to have you here. Please
Thank you
introduce
so much.
yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Jyoti. I'm a director of applications development in ADP, and I am so excited to judge the projects that the participants are going to provide over here and provide them better feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Joichi. And Abhishek, thank you for being here. It's first time with us.
Yeah. Hi
Introduce
everyone.
yourself. Yeah.
My name is Abhishek. I work for Salesforce, specifically Salesforce AI platform. I'm a lead there, and I work for the Agent Force, which is kind of a Salesforce a platform for building agents. I'm really excited to judge this event. I did couple of them for other hackathons, so I'm really excited to see all the all the posts about it. So yeah.
Thank you, Abhishek. Very happy to have you here. And Vijay, are you there?
Can you hear me? Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon. So yeah, Vijay, Director of Product at Okta. I work on securing AI agents, securing identities. So that's kind of my niche. Really excited to be here. I've done this before. I think last month we did this at the Dovetail hack. And so, yeah, excited to be here again. Looking forward to the pitches and just looking forward to seeing what's new, what the community is hacking. And yeah.
Thank you, Vijay. Happy to have you here with us. And last but not least, Calvin, which was kind of lost. We didn't saw you in the last live streams, but happy to have you here again with us, man. Thank you so much for coming.
Hey, thanks, Pedro. Yeah, hi, everybody. My name is Kelvin, and I am a staff software engineer at Noetic AI. I lead the effort of building agentic AI and machine learning platform in the engineering team, and very, very excited to be here. Again, I've been in a couple of pitches and have always been really, really impressed with all the projects, and I'm super excited to be judging again today. Just looking forward to see all the great ideas and great implementation from the projects. So thank you.
Thank you, Calvin. Very, very happy to have you here with us.
Thank
I'll
you,
move you
Pedro.
guys down into the backstage area and bring it up our picture. So see you in a bit, all of you. And then Victor. Hello, Victor. Are you there?
Hello. Hello, I'm the mathematician who discovered ordered semigroup actions. This is as important as group theory. That is like half of future world economy. Should I start presentation?
Sure. Matheus, you're muted.
Yes, just confirm. Do you have more people to join today to present with you? You mentioned
with me, no.
Okay, just you. Okay, no, that's great. So yeah, you can start your presentation.
I'm starting.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, Victor, it will be great. Yeah, okay, perfect.
AI Internet Meritocracy Project. I'm going to grow world economy by several times, spending just a few $1 million. To do this, I solve science publication crisis when good works receive no adequate publication. We solve science publication crisis. The personal story. I have been removed from academia in Russia for my religion. Therefore, I have problems with my mass research recognition, with publishing and acceptance. Need to circumvent this. Need to make every discovery, every worst discovery to be published, to be promoted. The problem. Some scientific discoveries don't receive publicity. It causes the world economy to lag by several times. The same happens with free and open source software, especially software libraries, that don't receive due publicity, that need money for publicity of this project, and we need salaries for scientists and free software developers. The traditional methods of funding are too bureaucratized, for example, only for PhDs, and involve too much work for both the grant submitter and grant evaluators. So we need a new system. We need to replace academia by an app. The solution. My app asks AI which portion of the global GDP a user deserves and gives him this share of funds. So AI decides how much money everybody has. Later also create new occupation, science marketers, special people who will market scientific work and free software instead of the author, professional marketers. Please donate. Please donate to AI Internet Meritocracy AIIM project. So it's now a Node.js app. It's almost ready except for security review, but I'm going to rewrite it as a fully on-chain ICP blockchain app to have a non-custodial wallet. Missed features to be added, like ERC20 token support, and needs to publicize the project itself as widely as possible. Please add links to my site. Implementation. I already said that it's not JS and rewrite ICP blockchain with Motoko programming language. It for saving of money supports OpenAI batches. It's ready but not debugged, not tested. It's organized queries to OpenAI in a SQL database, creating a graph of dependencies, how one query depends on the other. Now it's SQL. When it will be fully on chain, that is ICP blockchain, I will replace SQL by ZenDB. So market size. I think nothing prevents this project to become greater than Gitcoin and Gios combined. So in the US, the total charitable giving reached 590 billion in 2024. We are going to take a big part of this sum. So I'm Victor Parton, the mathematician who discovered ordered semigroup actions and discontinuous analysis, winner of multiple blockchain hackathons. I've given you time to scan the link, to scan the QR code. Please scan the QR code, and now I will switch to the demo of the app in action. I'm still waiting when you scan the QR code. Waiting.
Hi, Victor.
So I'm switching to the demo.
Okay.
What? Something wrong?
No, it's just that he was waiting for
Hello,
people to
this is
scan
the
the QR code.
meritocracy. I don't understand. The app that distributes money to
Everything's okay.
scientists and software developers for their free work, so they receive a salary. So we have different blockchains with addresses to which it's possible to send money, send crypto to be exact. It calculates, more exactly saying, downloads world GDP in USD. And now let a user login. I already authorized Ethereum. Let us connect to GitHub to know what is the user we connected. We can connect to different sources. We need to pass KYC. In this test version, it's passed immediately without actual KYC to save money on testing. So now we go back home. And we see start evaluation where the user is evaluated for quality of his or her work. We click it. Now the evaluation will be fake because it's a test version. The full evaluation using AI is implemented but is turned off in order not to spend money on this. Start evaluation. Evaluation finished. Now fake evaluation assigned the user 1,000 of world GDP, this yearly salary. Thank you for your attention. This is meritocracy app that allows to pay salaries to scientists and free software developers in a fair way, not the current unfair way. Bye. Hello, was the sound good? Was the voice well heard?
Yes, we could hear the audio very well. It was a pre-recorded demo, right?
Yes, it's a pre-recorded demo.
Wonderful.
I was afraid that will be some noise or something. This it's often here as music playing.
Oh yeah, everything worked well. It's just that when you asked us to scan the QR code, the video paused for a while. Pedro was just confirming if you had the time slot. But that's good. We can also put the QR code later in the link if needed. And now, if you want to say anything else, or we can just go forward for the question for the judges, as you deem fit. We still have a few minutes for them if you need.
Please, questions.
Yes.
Okay. How I will move you? Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
good.
here and Robert, Kelvin, Vijay, and I'm shocked. Maybe had some disconnection. Let me try to move him.
Now everything is okay.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Where the judges can?
Yeah, can come back. That's good. And Victor, just a suggestion. Maybe you want to speak a little slower because your audio is a little difficult to understand, but I could hear you so far. So if you want to answer or ask any follow-up question for the judges, just a heads up for better communications, okay?
Okay.
Wonderful. Yeah. So we have the judges here ready for the questions.
Yep, I can start with a couple of questions from my end, if that's
Okay,
okay.
Calvin.
Yeah, so I think it's a very ambitious project, and the first thing that came to my mind is the evaluation methodology. How would you evaluate? So you mentioned that you're going to use AI to evaluate the worth of scientists and also their projects, right? But how specifically does it work? How do you evaluate if this researcher or this scientist is worth how much, or that project is worth how much? And the second question is around. Thank you. The second question is around. So I know that based on what you share, the most of the money will come from funding. How do you make sure that how do we ensure that there's a continuous flow of funding is coming from donation? Since I don't see any mention of any, institutional backers or institutional organization that's committed with, donating or like investing in these scientists or project. Yeah. So that's my two main questions.
Good question. The first question, how AI evaluates? I just asked the AI to evaluate. In practice, the AI looks at numbers of users starts on GitHub, citations of his or her scientific works, and evaluates based on this. But in the future, AI will be improve and it will be done better. On the question how I get income, there are two plans, two parts of the plan. The first part is to invest money into SEO to get as much donations as possible. My target of donations is, I didn't calculate yet, maybe $2 trillion per year. The second way, I wrote a draft of international treaty to accept countries for a payment into my payment for recruiting scientists specifically to or software developers, or software developers specifically to the territory of that country that joins the project treaty. Nobody yet joined, as you can understand, but I'm hopeful.
Mhm. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. I think on the funding side, it really depends on, I guess, how big the philanthropy scenes from each of the nations are and stuff like that. And going back to the first question, what's interesting to me is using AI to judge certain projects is a great idea, but it comes with like certain risks as well. For example, from my opinion, we can or people can actually game the system a little bit by, you know, for example, you mentioned the stars on GitHub or the web traffic or number of mentions on blog posts or like research papers and stuff like that. A number of citations, all of these can be quite risky because basically it can be gamed, right?
Yes.
So that is something that we need to be careful with, I would say.
Yes, I know. The first thing that I do is to ask the system after each request to the web to check it with a special prompt against additional prompt injections. Also, I use system prompt vs user prompt to make prompt injection for a hacker harder. I ask the system to multiply or to divide the amount by the amount that user promoted him or her by geo optimization, generative optimization, and I'm going to use a special system of random strings inserted into the input to make the task to game the system even harder. I think I
Yeah.
have some other way to harden the hacking, and I'm going to implement the system of appeals from users, and later I will try to make it to work on fully autonomously on AI, but not now. Now I will add code I didn't yet add code to remove some user from the system manually by voting of the users.
Okay, got it, got it. Yeah, I think at some certain level, it will still need to depend on certain
Repeat,
peer
please.
review. Yeah, I'm just saying, at some certain level, it will still need to have some certain peer review to determine whether that paper or publication is credible. Um, so relying purely on AI has some certain risks as well, because, for example, um, there's a risk of handling underrepresented researchers or not so popular topics, right? So, for example, some certain country or some certain region might have less popularity on sustainability, and the popularity around that research paper might not be as high, but that doesn't mean that that research paper is not important, for example. So I would say that it's a very interesting and very ambitious project from my point of view, but very high reward if we can make it successful.
I think peer review is a separate project. Peer review also in the future will be done by AI. Now the AI is not enough clear, not enough smart to do it.
Yeah.
But I tried to make it to peer review articles by itself, but it currently can't. At least it was so with GPT-5. Now it's 5.2. I didn't check. I think it's not that doesn't work yet, but it uses the results of previously done manual or AI peer review. What else? Yeah, I'm going to dedicate much time to this project. I'm determined to make it work. And as I said, it will be added human overseen.
Yeah.
Overseen.
Yep. Yeah. So that's the input and questions from my end. I leave it to the rest of the judges to contribute as well.
Yeah, I would go next. So, Victor, can you talk about the scalability of the project? I know you answered a few, but I would like to understand how scalable this product is and what are your thoughts? Where do you want to take it?
Scalability. I didn't understand you well.
Scalability means if there are some features that you have in mind, but you haven't implemented yet, in future, maybe you would like to do that.
Oh, not maybe. I'm determined to do these features that I mentioned. If you ask about scalability of the speed of the software, I think it will be now fast. It won't work under heavy load. In fact, that even if having many users, maybe I will do blockchain payments in parallel. Scalability doesn't seem a big issue for me.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
not
you,
sure that I
JJ.
understand your question.
No, that was good. Thank you.
Maybe I can go next. So yeah, thanks for sharing, Victor. I think it's an interesting project. It's just I'm trying to understand um whether the vision for it is clear enough. So I kind of understand the problem that you're trying to solve because I did my master's in blockchain, so I did blockchain engineering with AI. So I understand the problem. I think a direction that you might consider that I know from research that is a challenge is yes, usually people find it hard to sell because they own the intellectual property. It's very hard for you to maintain, especially in the age of AI, that someone can just take your artwork and sell. So the blockchain piece of it, being able to certify it, being able to kind of maybe lock it in blockchain with using, let's say, proof of work or any of the other frameworks, it makes sense. The other challenge becomes
There
how
are noise.
can you hear
I
me?
don't hear. I don't
It's
hear you. There are problems with sound.
can
Can
anyone
you?
else hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Robert. Can you
So
hear
what I'm
me,
saying
Victor?
is the idea is interesting, right? Maybe you can relook at other ways to solve it. One way to solve it is, so let's say if I bought blockchain assets, let's say crypto assets, or let's say if you have artworks that you want to sell, right? The challenge becomes how do I sell it or how do I maintain that IP, intellectual property, for that item that I created? So that is a direction that you can look at and look at maybe you can have a marketplace where people can sell their, let's say they have other blockchain assets. It could be anything, like you said, an article, or it could be a patent that they have that they want to maybe sell to other companies, right? That could be a direction that you can go. Then the business model become more realistic, where it's a two-sided marketplace. So I have something that I want to sell, and you have something that I want. So that exchange becomes clearer, and then you can monetize it. People can choose however they want to sell it. I don't think the direction of using AI to determine the wealth of an asset is clear to me. But I definitely see what you're trying to do. I think is an interesting space that you can explore. But yeah, maybe you need to refine the idea a little bit more and also think about the security aspect of it, IP aspect of it, and also protecting people's IP. So that would be my feedback. But yeah, overall, it's an interesting project. And thanks for sharing.
About patents and other intellectual property, it's incompatible with free licensing that I use. I use it should be compatible with GPL probably. And concerning about other ways, I previously started to develop another project, Salary Science, that I later renamed to Grand Science, not to BSS. But it was much harder to implement than this. So that project was temporarily abandoned. I think maybe in the future world, AIIM will be used by people, and the grand science, or some it's AI rewriting version, will be used by super intelligence among themselves. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean it's an idea, and I think it's in the early stages, so you can still refine it, right? And keep looking at opportunities. I'm sure with blockchain and AI, it's gonna have like a very strong integrations going forward. I know many of the even like OpenAI and other LLM providers, they are looking at using blockchain to handle the payment side of AI transactions that's gonna, be taking place. Let's say you are using ChatGPT to buy something online. They are gonna use the blockchain infrastructure to handle some of these. So there's a lot of possibilities that is going to unlock. But again, I think it's a very interesting idea. Maybe you can explore refining it more, and also with the business model, how you're going to make money with this. But thank
The
you.
business model is simple. It's a charity. It's intentionally free for all users and release size to under of release size.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I can go next. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Very well.
Hey, thanks, Victor. Victor, I mean, the idea is pretty good. My questions are mostly on the lines of what Kelvin asked. Like, how do you handle bias? For example, a JavaScript web app, right, on GitHub can have a lot of viewers, but for a niche biotech research may not have that many viewers. So how do you assign value, like a societal impact of that particular research? Uh, so that is my first question, right? I mean, maybe if your prompts are open source, we can take a look at it. The second part is, are you using any LLM as a judge, like any evaluation after, let's say, your system filters out who to transfer money, and then is there a second step, like another LLM to evaluate that did it do it using the right parameters? Like did it use the right benchmarks, right journals to evaluate that?
To evaluate honestly, I intentionally gave the full freedom to LLM to evaluate. It means that the evaluation won't be just by star count on GitHub, but will be by LLM that takes in account star count, but may take a more clever, more smart decision. Like this project has many stars on GitHub, but it's just a simple library. It's not a big project enough to receive so much money. So just LLM decides. And the second question, what was the second question?
Like how do you handle bias? Let's say your LLM kinds of
Bias.
filters. Yeah.
Bias. For handling bias, I already said that I ask LLM to divide the value to be paid to a user by perceived by the LLM amount of geo done. I think it's a good way to do this. But in the future, maybe added additional checks for bias. Not sure how and exactly. It will be clear maybe after some use of this system.
Okay. And are you planning to open source like part of the
It's
prompt so
open
that
source. It's open
it's
source.
open source? Okay, so people can contribute. Okay. Thanks, Victor. Thank you.
Yeah, I can go next. Hey, Victor. Really noble idea, by the way. I really like the idea. I had one question around distribution. So, like, a lot of ideas will be published on your platform. People can come, people can donate. That's like the core concept, right? Like, the value publishers provide is that distribution. Like, they democratize it to a lot of their people. What are your thoughts on how quickly someone get monetized with this platform? Like, because it's like, what's the value on that?
I'm going to pay salaries once a week, maybe even more, maybe even more often. The user will be paid as soon as he receives some not too little to be paid by blockchain due gas fees. So the salaries are very quick.
Okay, but like how does the buyer be aware of the product in the first place? Like because like the sellers have to come and put it in the platform, right? And then this is going to be like a marketplace kind of thing, correct? And so like
No, it's just a charity when money on the input from donors or maybe from member countries. I said before I wrote a treatise draft. Just transferred from the donors to salary recipients.
I see.
There is no such things as a marketplace in the project,
Okay,
and it
okay.
should not be.
I see. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, cool, man. No, thank you. But really noble. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Thank you, Victor, for your presentation, for your pitch. I hope you can have some traction into the market, and you can as well put your project into our curation pool into Artizen. Okay.
Yeah, this could be a great fit for
Into what?
Artizen.
Yeah.
Artizen, the platform where we track the projects and where you can earn grant funding, match funding for your
I
project,
understood.
equity free. Yes, that could be a great match for your project.
I didn't understand the word curation at first.
Yeah, there is this platform called Artizen. Let me even, by the way,
Yes, now I understand.
yeah. Let me put a banner here. So this is the platform Artisan, the one I demonstrated in the beginning, and you can submit your project there. And depending on the amount of votes you get for your project, you would reach curation threshold, and then would be eligible for receiving match funding from the platform. It could be a great fit.
I'm
I
sending to you into the private
I
chat.
think I
Okay.
already submitted. Repeat, please.
I just sent to you into private chat, so
Yeah, you
you can
should
take a
find
look.
this. Yeah, you should find a message from
Which chat?
Pedro.
There are several chats. I see. I think I already submitted. I'm checking.
Yeah, I would love to have you there. Also, everyone that participates would receive a follow-up email as well, the judges about the certificates as well, and the participants. So let's keep that lively. Thank you very much, Victor, for participating. Your project is amazing, and I would love to see you succeeding in your journey. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all.
Yeah. So we do have a next project that you present.
We do actually.
And it's a very special project. I heard that it was done by a new vibe coder that is learning by seeing so many good examples from other projects and learning by doing, right, Pedro? You know the guy?
Oh, you're getting me shy. You're getting me shy already.
Pedro is going to present the next project. Go forward, Pedro. Let me see what you have been
Oh,
building.
let's go, Pedro. Let's go.
So I hope you guys don't be so upon
Harsh
me.
on you. Okay,
Harsh. Yeah. Thank you.
the judges, you know that you need to prepare your tomatoes now, right?
Actually, I will be very quick. There are two projects that I've been cooking. This one is for my usage alone for task management because I'm visually more. It's visually more easy for me to understand what I need to do. So I built this, which will show me the tasks here, so I can like add a new task and you know how the flow goes here, so I can time it and select a task, and then those tasks can work like a big house, so you can call like a big house like home home things that you need to do, like clean bathroom, do your bed, do some cooking, and then inside of the big house that it's you need to do like house things, you can add like clean bathroom, so it gets to attach it to other tasks that you need to do. The idea here is to have something like, let me try to drive for you guys. Yeah, this is okay. So the idea here is to have like a big house here, so I will call it house. And then here in the house, I will have like sons tasks. So I have like do bedroom. And then I have like cooking. Okay, so this will make the house task flow bigger than the other tasks, as much sons as he have here. So this is just for me. I'm using this for like study and work related jobs. This is not try to be competitor of Jira, but would be a great competitor because we can see what tasks that you have been working on, like visually see. It wasn't supposed to be like a card or anything like that. So I guess this is more interactive in some way. You can even play with those at some point. You can like to grab and try to play with those with your friends. And then this is my last job for my college degree, which I've been studying it for the past 5 years. I'm sorry, all of these things are in Portuguese, so I know you guys won't understand everything here, but I will try to pass you guys the idea, which led me to cook this up. So we have a gap into the person that leaves the college and the person that owns a farm, and the gap is technical knowledge, because here in college we learn about statistics and genetics and those things that are very technical when we answer papers and do research. And the farm owners, which have the cattle, have the beef and have the animals, they doesn't relate too much to this pain. So the idea for me is to try to make easier the job for the ones that are getting out of the college and try to connect with farm owners, because most of the time these owners are going to be the contractors, so they're going to be the employers. So this is all vibe coded. I have a small knowledge into JavaScript and Python. So I know some stuff. I know classes and stuff like that, which might help me. I also know about the AI understanding better MD documents, which help me so much with the context window, because I need the AI to understand better what I want to see into my window. So if I try to give her a lot of ideas and insights and uh, words, I feel like it gets lost. And also, I do all in Portuguese, so it gets some answers mistaken because it tries to answer me back in English. And it's okay. I can perfectly. I read English better than I speak. I'm sorry about my accent, but it's everything in Portuguese here, so I'm sorry about that. But it's just saying that you can like search up, start a research here or seeing the demo. I will give it a go. I have like a demo account here. This is connected with Supabase, so I connected the background here for the data. It's doing the encryption for the user. So I have some friends that try to use here, and the password for try to connect to the application is encrypted here, so I cannot see what it's doing. I also have uh, I don't recall how to say this properly. I'm sorry. Upstash. So I can do the cache better. I can deal with cache better. So the application doesn't try to reload everything at the same time. So it flows better. And also I'm using Vercel for deployment of the ideas, right? Because most of the time I'm here talking with Windsurf and Devin. I'm sorry about the non-related, I guess, merchandising, but there are great platforms out there. If you want to use others, they're fine as well. I will just give it a go for you guys to see what windows I have done here. So I have the analysis of the data that can be animals, different cultures, because a farm we'll have like different animals being raised there. So you have like cows, you have chickens, you may have some fishes. So you have like fishes here, you have chicken, cows, and pigs, and other animals here. You also have something to look after what you're being feeding your animals. It's called forraging here in Brazil. I don't know how to say this in English. I'm sorry, but it's plants, if I'm not mistaken. And you can like generate a random CSV with some random data, so you can test the flow of the application. So give it a go here with you guys. I hope everything's okay. I did some tweaks before the stream, so I didn't have time. Oh, it's everything fine. So we have like here some statistic analysis of the CSV file that you can try to understand better if you are like a researcher or if you have like a student degree into animal science production. So this will get translated into actions, right? Because if I try to say to you, oh, your chickens are not putting so much eggs, so what are the next step? What do you need to do? And the idea here is for the person that's come from the college have more context window, have more context window, have more ways to say what it needs to be done. So I have some analytics parts of this. So this is very mathematical. I won't get in touch with this. I also have a diagnostic with AI. So let me please. Oh, this was working. I'm sorry about it. But we have a diagnostic with AI, which will tell the user what ways it should take. So you maybe should invest in more food, or the chickens are in too hot of a set because chickens are very sensible to temperature, so they need to be into cold temperatures. So this part of it, it's diagnostic with AI. I'm sorry it ain't working, but the idea here for the analysis and results of analysis that I also have the references here. So if I'm being working in a farm and I'm trying to like know how to get milk better, I can search for milk here and it will give me like paper on milks, and I can save into my library of researches so I can see this later. And this will link me to the article, as this will point me to the article. I'm using some API with SERP API. SERP, that's the one that I'm using. It's free of charge, but you have like so many of researches that you can do. But it's an idea, so it's okay for me to do this like that. And yeah, I guess those are my projects. Those are my ideas. I have a calculator here as well. So in farms, you need to be aware of a lot of stuff because chickens need to put eggs, but the eggs they need to have like good color white gels, and the eggs need to be in good shape, or the cattle need to be on a good farm. So you need to do a lot of calculations into this, and many of the farm owners doesn't know how to get those numbers or doesn't know how to do the math as well. So this is the part of the application that will be rightly directed to farm owners, so they can understand better what are being done inside their farm. And later that, because we have like economic here, so he can end into a thinking, is this better for me to put all of my money here on my farm, or should I just investment on something else? Because most of the time farmers are losing money because they don't know how to um, arrange all of the stuff that they need. So most of the time they're losing money, and those kind of calculations are done mostly by technicians or people that have college degree. And if he has an idea and he has like a way to put those numbers into some place that is like very easily done and very easily to interpret the results, he might get some grasp of what is being done into his farm. And even though he might think, okay, this guy that has been working with me and has this application that I understand anything about it, but has this part that he told me that I need to put my information here so he can work it better, or have a diagnostic, or tell me what are the next steps that I need to do. So it's a lot of being done here because of the application tries to cover the part of the gap between the college and the farm. So there's a lot of thinking. This is just my POV of this stuff. How would I handle it? And what I liked the most was having a way to understand better backend and front end and how to make connections with API. My application has API connection as well, so you can see it here. So if you want to, you can connect it to it. I don't know if this works, to be honest, but I know that it has it. But I'm just glad. It's a very helpful and thoughtful. And I know that here in Brazil, people have a lot of problems getting to know technology because most of the time the farm owners have so much background of history of doing that. When you come with technology things that will say, "Oh, I will try to improve your production," he will just ask, "Who are you? I've been doing this my whole life. You don't know nothing. Get out of here." So we have to break this barrier as well, with some images and numbers, and like try to hold his hand into the way of making his production a better production, economically, environmentally as well. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for hearing it. I hope you guys enjoy it.
That's cool. And this is your
Bravo.
final presentation project in university, right?
Yeah, I just need to I just need to fix the AI diagnostics section, but yeah, this is the final project. I've been done like
Okay.
70 pages of
Yeah, I hope
of
you're gonna
it.
get an A out, bro, or an A plus plus.
So
Thank
you
you.
have a lot of judges here to give a preview, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
if they like a project, you're going in a good direction.
I love it. I think it's the best one so far I've seen in all the vibe coding sessions. So really, really great job, Pedro. Um, I don't have any question about technicality. Is great. I mean, the design is good, very well thought. I guess Superbase is also a very good choice when it comes to backend development, especially when you start, you want to build something really quick, and also it can scale incredibly fast. So good choice. I'm more interested on what gave you the idea, and I'm very impressed with like how well thought the design is, and also, the whole fleet of features on the farm management. Like, where do you get the idea and also the knowledge to understand this is like what farmers need, and this is what they normally do to keep track of the performance of their farms, right? So yeah, what's the background?
Yeah, thank you for the wording. I wouldn't have like best wording on it because of the performance of the farm is a very important thing, economically especially. The idea comes into classroom when my teachers say we're going to be rejected for most of farm owners because we're going to say a lot of technical stuff they don't care or doesn't understand. So I feel like I had a gap there because we have the knowledge, we have the way to do it, but we might not have the language to spoke the farm owner because he needs to really trust that you want to make his farm more predictable and stuff like that. So the idea comes from there, and I'm very aware of the pain of being a college student into an area that you don't have so much touch with it because I'm more technical than I am more like farm. I didn't have like any touch with farms whatsoever besides of my college class. So as soon as I go to the market, I might have a problem because most of my colleagues they are sons of farmers or their uncles have farms, so they are in touch with it every day. And I was feeling like, oh, I might getting behind here. I need to come up with something to make a leverage with it. So you can sell the tissue, the tissue, or cry it out, something like that, right? So I just try to sell the tissue.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So yeah, I think it can go really far. I mean, I don't know if you have a plan to bring it even further than just a final year project, but I feel like it has great potential. I just for the background, I work with lots of farmers in New Zealand back in the day when I was working on a project to sort of determine the price elasticity for kiwis. So New Zealand is the biggest producer of kiwis, and in some market they don't like the kiwis to be so sweet. In some market like it to be really really sweet and stuff like that. So we need to track all these metrics, and I totally agree when you say that farmers are not very savvy when it comes to
Open.
technologies or open. Yeah, and then we say, okay, before harvesting this batch you probably need to produce like some certain metrics for us to keep track in the system, and after that we can build a machine learning model to predict all this stuff, right? So and they're not very open with it, which is like the biggest challenge in our project. uh, but if we can make it work, I think it can scale incredibly fast. So very happy to see this project, by the way. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick thought about it. We have a lot of these details inside of farm production, like you said about kiwi might not be so sweet in some markets. So we have a lot of those things inside our minds when you are working a farm. Some industries prefer bigger eggs. Some industries prefer smaller eggs. Some industries prefer big egg yolks. So you need to think how you can make this
Exactly.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to come up. I mean, data collection is so big, right? Like, I
Perfect.
mean,
Yeah.
we can provide them an Excel spreadsheet and say, okay, every day when you collect the egg, just take out maybe 3 eggs as a sample and just break it out and see how much egg yolk they have in there and stuff like that, which is incredibly hard. I mean, farmers normally they don't really agree to do this kind of thing, because traditionally they don't have to do it. But once you get that past that stage of data collection, I think the result can be really rewarding. So yeah, super excited to see where you can bring it after your final year project.
Yeah, happy to have
Yeah,
your thoughts on it. Thank you, Calvin.
cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, amazing project, Pedro.
Thank you.
It's really nice. I like both the ideas. So, for the one that you are doing as your college project with the agriculture, and like how you mentioned, the farmers are not very open, they are not technology savvy, and you have this product input in your language, they don't understand English. So, I would suggest a feedback if you would add features for accessibility, and that would really help you. Maybe conversion of the text to speech so that they should be able to talk and they get the suggestion from the app by voice, so that would make them really helpful for those who cannot cannot read. So that would gain more traction for your product.
Yeah, I never thought about it actually, but it seems like very relatable because when you are in the farm, you might not have time to read all of those stuff. So you can like put it audio and oh, I see this, I need to attack this. Oh, I see that, I need to attack that. Yeah. Thank you, Jai. It's very, very, very good idea.
Amazing. And the first one that you mentioned about the task and all, I know it's like just you made like that, but what exactly is the use case that you would present to the users if you want to make it live in production?
So I have a problem because I need to understand better how my tasks are into my day because I work, I do some stuff at home with my fiance, I do college research because of my last research. So I need to really see which are the biggest problems so I can attack it first, the biggest one. And then as they are getting smaller, I feel more okay with them. So the idea is really to have a grasp of all of the areas inside of my life because we all have that, right? We have
Yeah.
work at home, we have work outside of home, we have work out with our parents. So the idea is actually to have a really idea, a visual idea, The bigger the problem, the faster I need to attack them because they need to get small. So the use case is to get those bubbles smaller as possible.
Okay. I would suggest you collaborate both your projects because as you're suggesting some suggestions to the farmers, they would like to have a task list done
Yeah.
as per the suggestion. So it would be good, if you merge these.
I will try to figure it out a way because
Mhm.
as the diagnostics, I'm sorry, I cannot show it to you guys, but the diagnostics, it really goes to, oh, you need to do that. Oh, you need to do that. And if I have a way to make those kinds to become like tasks to be done,
Yeah,
I have like a connection between those both apps.
correct.
So yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I see your point. Thank you, Joichi.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, great job, Pedro. It solves a lot of real world problems. It felt like there are multiple business ideas inside like one project. So I think that was good. I think like my commentary was just going to be, if you're really serious about like pursuing this after college, like I think you should like pick one. There are like a lot of great ideas, that helps you go to market, and there are different problems that addresses different people. And so yeah, definitely I'd say pick like the most impactful product problem you think that will solve. Of course, from a tech perspective, there are like a lot of ideas and suggestions on how you can improve. Like one thing that came to mind is, rather than giving farmers like research papers on like milk or so, like just like summarize them and give them the answers directly. Or you can go mobile and like if they upload a photo of like the egg they have, or like some of the chicken or the health, you can do like health diagnostics and give them. So those are all like ideas on how to improve.
I
Like yeah.
Can I just a comment on top of
Yeah.
that? Because I have the same point of view because everything is kind of light rays, right?
Yeah.
So if I have a camera that can interpret the light waves that comes through
Yeah.
an egg or from a meat, I
Yeah.
can with I do a lot of algorithms, a lot of intelligence behind
Yeah.
of it. I can really have an idea of what is happening inside my farm. So yeah, I agree with you. It's very doable, but I don't have like the know-how to do it. But I envision it as well.
Yeah,
As you
yeah.
said.
I mean, I can see the vision. There are so many ideas in there. Like, I'm sure you can like we can figure it out. So yeah.
No, I would try to work something like that. I always talk about the idea that we need to like microscopic see things to get a bigger overview of it.
Yeah.
So the photo is a very good idea. I just feel like I would need a super AI model, or I don't
Yeah.
know, some pipeline for it. And I really need to deliver this first, and then I can
Yeah,
try to
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
come up
just
something up.
future. Yeah. But good
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like
Thank you,
the
Vijay. Thank you.
egg, I feel like now we are at the point where we have LLMs that has vision, right? Even OpenAI, I don't know whether you've tried the API. I think if you are to take a picture, you can try it on your phone, right? With ChatGPT. If you take a picture of an egg and say that, oh, maybe identify this, is it spoiled or something? It does a really good job even today. So I think you can explore APIs like that to help with the vision. You don't have to create it from scratch because that's the whole point of AI. The
Yeah, yeah,
models are getting so good that you don't have to recreate most of these LM. Of course, you can fine tune it to specific use cases if you think it's necessary, but I find that mostly it does the job. And now there are even other models like um Nano Banana is really good as well with some of these stuff. So yeah, you can try that. But I'll concur with what Jyoti also shared, like the challenge. So whenever you're building projects, and again, it's an amazing project. I worked in agriculture. I have a background in it, so I'm also from Ghana, so we are big on agriculture there. It's a very interesting project and also very timely problem that you're trying to solve because for farmers, as you mentioned, most of them are not technologically savvy, and also they don't have time. So whenever you are building things for them,
Yeah.
in order for it to make it easy, you just always have to think of efficiency first. So if I'm a farmer, I don't have time to, most of them don't even have good bookkeeping practices, right? So I don't have time to go and upload an Excel sheet. Like Jyoti said, you can have a voice thing that, or maybe I noticed, or even today, my um chicken or poultry was able to give me, let's say, 10 eggs. They laid 10 eggs. I can just give a voice input so that I capture certain parts of my day or even the entire month, right? And then it can give me a summary of all that I've had. So maybe at the end of the month, they can say that this month you were able to get, let's say, 50 eggs, and this is the value of it. Because whenever you have this, the next question for farmers has always been, how do I sell it? And one of the biggest problem is usually some of it, especially most of these are perishable, so they don't find sellers. So in future, you can think of marketplace or other existing marketplaces that you can tap into. That okay, if you're a farmer and you know that you have quality produce, these are the marketplaces that you can sell at. This is the value. AI can determine the value of these, maybe even find pricing, all those things. So there's a lot of ways to go with this, but it's a very interesting project. I think the performance part of it is also very important. Even in future now, some farmers are kind of using they have what do we call it? Like drones that is able
Yeah.
to take an aerial view of whatever is happening on their farm. So you can do that as an integration with IoT. So there's a lot that you can do with this. But yeah, very interesting project. It's just kind of remembering me. I did a similar project in my first master's. It was around agriculture. And it's not easy. I know working in agriculture, there's a lot that you need like expert knowledge on that. But yeah, it's really
It,
interesting. So I hope you carry
as a
on with it.
first, as I did my first courses on programming because I like programming, I might do a post graduation
Yeah,
college
postgraduate.
of programming.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first thing that you learn is about variables, right? And in agriculture, you have a lot of variables, so it's variables everywhere.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I
we can
can.
hear you.
Can
Oh
you
yeah,
can you hear me?
yeah, I can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay. So I just say there's a lot of things that you learn into
Okay, I
programming
can
as
hear
you.
Pedro, but yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
Thank
yeah,
you,
but
So
Robert.
thank you.
yeah,
This is an interesting project. Mhm.
so
Thank you.
Pedro, I mean, a lot of the things which I was planning to ask has been covered by other judges. So, but one thing, like you understand, right? Agriculture, there's a lot of AI-based innovations are going, and so I would like, in order to monetize it, like concentrate on a smaller domain in the agriculture, like farming itself, and then because it has to be cost efficient as well, right? You couldn't be using everything OpenAI, upload a picture, go do vision. It would be pretty expensive for a small time farmer. So think about how to monetize it. Find any smaller vision models, host it somewhere. So yeah, I mean overall the idea is pretty great. I liked it, and also the idea of taking it to mobile because we all use app. We like to do using things on the mobile app, so it would be more accessible to more farmers. So yeah, overall, great idea. Good job, Pedro. Right, thanks.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you. About the go to market, get traction, and make a rentable application. I'm still having some thoughts about it. I'm thinking about like monthly revenues,
Uh,
but with some more integrations of AI connected with the plan that you are paying. So expensive plans, you have like more agents, AI trying to help you understand better what's going on, and the less you pay, you have less AI, but you still have like all the analytics, statistics, all the uh, design, you have everything, but you have less AI inside your application. But
yeah,
thank you for the thoughts on it. Thank you very much.
no worries.
Yeah, I guess we covered it all.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Can you make the an AI to make the lettuce taste like bacon? And then I
Taste
would, I would love this product.
I would try to see if I have like a AI that make bacon comes through the
The ground.
application.
You
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could plant bacon seeds. That would be a cool feature.
I will try. I promise.
Okay. Well, that was a great project, Pedro.
Thank
Proud
you.
of your progress. I hope the tools got that use it got useful, like the weed stuff that we use it. We covered a lot of this stuff, so it's nice to see you showcasing that. It could be a good reference for everyone in a couple of months, like three months, Pedro. How long have you been with us?
Yeah,
4 months now, right?
4.5.
Yeah. So in 4 months, you can pick it up and build a cool project like that. Super cool.
Thank you very
Congratulations.
much. You were my professor. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, we are far beyond time already. So thank you, everyone. Thank you all the judges. Thank you, Pedro, for presenting. Thank you, everyone that presented today.
Amazing.
We are wrapping up this demo day, but we have another one coming next weekend. We still have more things to go before 2025 ends. So keep tuned in. You're going to see a lot of cool stuff. Want to wrap it up, Pedro?
Yeah, I would like to thank you everyone that watches us until now. Thank all the judges that participated. Thank you for the pictures as well. It was a great project that we see here. As this Saturday, there was the second last demo day of this year. So we have a next one coming into the 13th of December, the next Saturday, which are going to be our next one. So stay tuned. Give it a like, share this if you are seeing now or if you are seeing later this video on YouTube. Special thanks for this amazing judge panel that is here with us until now. I know it's late Saturday, so thank you so much for everyone that's come see us. And that's all. Thank you. We stay in touch. We will have like new events, so be aware of our schedule in luma.com/ventureminer. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
everyone.
Matthias, Pedro.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys. Bye bye.
everybody.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.